OMG.
And today is episode 109 of the OG podcast.
That's
Man,
right. Let's keep it live in the 109.
yeah, no 109. Yo, I hope we get to do like the 999 episode because of the
Mhm.
whole that was like my favorite Bone Thugs and Harmony album was East 1999.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Mm,
hopefully it'll probably be old as the hills by then, but still that'd be still awesome. Um,
yeah, that's a
Definitely.
lot of episodes.
That is a lot of episodes. I don't know the way gaming is these days. I mean, it could happen. Mm,
Mm,
You never
that's
know.
true.
You never know. Somebody might like take on our legacy and keep the OG podcast alive.
You never know. Anything's possible.
We might inspire some people.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
They're pretty legit.
Yeah. So how was your week, bud?
I've been pretty good. Actually, I'm trying a new game, mobile wise. Well, new to me, I should say. I'm actually trying Final Fantasy Dissidia Opera Omnia.
I've been seeing a
So,
lot of ads for that game.
yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. Because I was just talking with another friend of mine that plays mobile games with me, and he was asking my opinion on it. And I was like, the game seems good, but the real question is, how long will I be playing it?
Right.
But so far, it's pretty legit. I'm liking it. I'm gonna demo the game probably this Sunday. I
Nice.
might post a video, just kind of previewing the game, what it looks like, and all that. But so far, I'm like, I just started playing it yesterday, but I like it a lot. So I've been doing a bit of that. Of course, some Shadowverse in the background and some Grand Chase. Not playing Langrisser anymore. It was fun, but I would just rather put my time into other games that I'm enjoying. And I'm not playing Fire Emblem either right now, so I can make room for demoing other games. So
Interesting. No
yeah,
more.
so
You were so hype about that other game, though, bro.
oh, I still am. I still think Fire Emblem is great. It's just that right now there are just newer games
Uh huh.
that are keeping my attention, and I want to give them an opportunity to shine instead of just staying in the past. So that's kind of I'm trying to move on, move forward. You know what I mean?
Understood. Understood. You were just so hype about that game. I'm really surprised.
Yeah, it's still legit. Like I said, I mean they're doing all kinds of updates all the time with new characters, new little things you can do. But I it's gonna be difficult for me to play new games if I'm always just playing the old one.
That's true.
So
Understood.
I just had to make the decision to just move forward, and that's what I did.
Understood. I'm actually playing a new mobile game too.
Oh, really?
I'm playing Lee Chess. It's just chess, but it's just chess, but it's like a live version of chess instead of waiting for the person to like the next day to
Okay.
take the turn. It's actually really good. It actually like it'll analyze like after your game, it'll analyze your game and tell you where you made your mistakes and like how many
Hmm.
mistakes you made, and then it'll tell you like what you could have done, and like it's really cool. It actually really shows you. I was actually watching somebody else stream it, and it got me into chess again. And I was like, I was like, interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was playing a little bit of chess last night. Won my first game. I felt good. Um,
Nice.
yeah, cause man, like my wife was like, "You play chess?" And I was like, "I used to. I used to be in chess club." But and you know me, I'm better. I'm better with electronic chess than I am physical chess. This might sound weird,
Mm,
but it's because I like to see the overhead of the board. It's hard for me
yeah.
to see because of this is gonna sound weird, but the height of the wheelchair when you're sitting, you really don't get to get a good advantage point of the board. So I never
Right.
really get to make the right moves.
Yeah,
So
because you're missing so many things because of the angle. No, that
right.
makes sense.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I never really understood that when I was younger, but now I'm being older, like I understand that now. Uh
You're more wiser now. Look at
yeah,
you.
I'm more wiser now. So
Mhm.
you know, that's why I wasn't the greatest in chess club. It wasn't because I sucked, it was because of my angle.
Mm-hmm.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. For those that are,
Yeah, that works.
if you are listening and you're from chess club, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
There you go.
But definitely, and actually, my cousin, actually hooked me up with like a bunch of games for the Xbox One. So I've been playing. I've been kind of cheating on the Xbox or the PlayStation. Been playing a little bit more Xbox lately.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So I know the Xbox Squad's happy to hear that. I've been playing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me name drop a few games that he's been throwing in there. He hooked me up with Red Dead Redemption 2. Uh,
Okay.
he hooked me up with Anthem, which is a game that just came out,
Yeah.
and Battlefield 5, and a bunch of other
Mm-hmm.
games that I haven't even began to explore yet. But I'm actually enjoying Anthem, mainly because I'm playing with my cousin, and we never really get to play games together. So the fact that you know that we get to play games together is like really cool. You know how I am.
Yeah.
If I can relate a game or to a time or a good time, like that's like my favorite game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or that's like really cool to me. You know, just like when we were playing Final Fantasy 14 together
Mm-hmm.
online, that was really cool to
Yeah.
me. You know what I mean?
Because we were doing something together.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. Now that we're not playing it, it's not that big of a deal to me.
Okay.
I mean, not saying that I don't like Final Fantasy 14, but I'm saying like
It's
I,
better to play with people that
right,
that
right,
you know
right.
that
I'm
your
I'm
boys
not
and all that.
right. I'm not gonna pay $15 a month to play with people that I don't know. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you think about it, like $15 a month is a lot of money to put in a game. Unless
Yeah.
unless
It is.
unless it's the only game you're playing, then that makes sense. But like
Yeah.
but if you're like a multiple gamer like me and you, it's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of
It
money,
is.
especially to and in to like just to play the game. That's not even including extra game content and stuff like that. So
Right.
you know, um,
I agree with that.
yeah. So and then did had some church stuff. Got that license that I was talking to you about off stream.
Okay.
So I got my third ordained license, which is craziness. I didn't even know, honestly, I didn't even know I was gonna be getting this one. They kind of just like uh
Happened.
happened, yeah, out of nowhere. So yeah, it was crazy, but it was cool. Uh, hold on one second.
Mm-hmm.
It's been crazy and cool, and hold on. And hold on, sorry. I apologize. This is my wife. Yeah, but it was really cool to receive that. Which thank you to my church um and then just been playing a lot of other games and just been enjoying gaming as so to speak, and
Yeah.
lot of it's been going on. I actually haven't been playing a lot of Apex Legends lately. I've been playing more
Okay.
Anthem. I'll give my review on Anthem later today on how I feel Anthem is for somebody that's like not really big into those games. I don't know. I guess I could give my more outsider review of the game as somebody that's like not really into those games, but has been brought into those games and like kind of enjoying the game. So I guess from not a fanboy perspective, I guess. So I'll be
Yeah.
giving my little thoughts on that. But other than
Mm.
that, like everything's been good, man. Everything's been real good.
Happy to hear that.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So, I saw in the news today or the last week the position that you applied for, Mr. CEO of Nintendo.
Well, that is the very first thing I was gonna talk about today, so I guess we might as well just jump into it. So, for those who don't have access to social media, because basically it's been posted just about everywhere, the president and COO, Chief Operating Officer of Nintendo, will be retiring in April. I think it's like the 13th or the 15th is going to be his last day of April. And basically, the vice president, Bowser, of all names, is going to be taking over, which I find it ironic that someone named Bowser is going to be taking over Nintendo. I just
Yeah,
find that
I think that's kind of funny. They should do something like funny with that. I'm just saying.
they really should. That's a really good marketing opportunity. So I hope that they take that and run with it. But focusing more on Reggie, my boy Reggie, really legit guy. As far as like major gaming companies, to me, he's probably the biggest deal out there. Not that I'm trying to like suck up or anything,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing about Reggie that I like is he's got swag. You know what I mean?
Right.
He has that personality where he can advertise. He's always dressed nice. You know, he's professional. He's funny. He's everything that you want in a company that's trying to advertise their brand. And what's really cool about him too, as someone who is a content creator, is he even appeared on someone's YouTube channel a while back. There's a channel called The Game Theorist, and they did a little thing where they were going back and forth. Like a guy would ask Reggie a bunch of difficult questions, you know, trying to see if he can actually keep up. And Reggie was actually able to, like, you know, defend Nintendo really, really well on even some of the more questionable things that decisions that Nintendo's made. It was a really, really good thing to watch. And the fact that the president of Nintendo was legitimately chilling. Oh no, I should say Nintendo of America to be specific. The
Right.
president of Nintendo of America chilling on, you know, someone's YouTube channel. That's pretty big because you know you don't think someone of that stature would go to YouTube, but he did. You know, because he's with the times. He's like, you know what, you know, I can be on everyone else's platform and show some respect. You know what I mean? So
Right.
like, I have a lot of respect for the guy.
That's dope. That's
Really,
really cool.
really awesome.
That's really really cool. Shout outs to Nintendo doing it big, trying to show Sony how to do things. Not all about the money,
Yeah,
Sony.
yeah,
Uh,
it's true. It's very true. And then the coolest thing about him retiring is the simple fact that he's not retiring because, you know, he's sick or anything like that. He's just at that age where it's like, well, I've done all I want to do. I'm not sick or anything, but I can spend the rest of my life with my family, my friends, and my wife. Like, isn't
mm-hmm.
that nice? You work for a company for 15 years and you get to retire and chill the rest of your life. You know, you did something well. You helped a really, really good company do well, and now you can chill. I think that's awesome. And to a lot of people, that is the American well
Yeah,
to be able to do
I
something like
was
that.
yeah, I was saying, isn't that like the American dream to like
Oh yeah.
retire when you're young?
hmm I'm not saying like he's in his 30s or anything. I think he's either in his 40s or 50s. But either way, I mean, he's still relatively young for someone who's
He
worked at
looks
the.
like he's in his older 30s at least maybe younger 40s at
I'm
least.
gonna say probably 40s. But you know, we may be right there. But yeah, I mean, I just think that's cool. I think that's a good example for people to know that if you work hard, I mean, these are the possibilities.
Right.
You can make a name for yourself, and you can retire and enjoy the rest of your life on Earth because of the fruits that you know
The fruits of
that you
your
did.
labor. Yeah, the fruits of your labor. Isn't that
Exactly.
that's a word somewhere. I can't think of it right now at the moment, but it says to
Yeah.
enjoy your fruits of your labor. Um,
hmm and you know, and that's what's interesting too is he's the only one of the big three as far as Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. He's really the only one that you really even see anyone talk about. Like
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
really hear about the face of Microsoft or the face of Sony. I mean, it's usually, but when you hear Nintendo, you're like, oh yeah, that's Reggie. You know what I'm saying? Like people know the difference.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, though, I thought when at first I thought the face of Nintendo was like an older guy before I heard about
Mhm.
Reggie, but yeah, now that gaming's more mainstream.
Hmm.
than what it was. I'm talking about like back in the G4 days.
Oh
The
yeah.
G4 chat, like because that's the thing. Like back when we were, younger, gaming was more like this community, this universe that it was very hard to get into. Um, only
Hmm.
selected people could get into E3 back then. Only selected people could get interviews. Only selected people could get exclusivities to content. You know what I mean? It wasn't gaming wasn't as freelance as it is now. As far as
Hmm.
like, I mean, anybody can, get the attention of somebody and be somebody in the gaming world, or get the behind scene access, or I mean, even all the way down to E3 being open to everybody. Um, so back when G4, was a thing, which was my favorite channel back then. Yo, thank you so much for that raid. Back when G4 was a thing, like I always thought the Nintendo guy was the creator of Super Mario or Mario. I always thought that was the CEO of.
Oh, okay, Miyamoto.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always thought that was the CEO of Nintendo. I never knew it was the Reggie guy until later. Um,
Yeah. Now, to keep things into perspective, Nintendo operates out of two different locations. So there is a president in America and a president in Japan. So
oh,
they do
okay.
work independently. Although sometimes Nintendo of America does have to get permission from Nintendo of Japan for certain things, like some big projects like consoles and stuff like that. As far as like when things get released here and there,
Uh huh.
they do cooperate on certain projects, but for the most part, they do work independently.
Okay, okay. Guys, I gotta reopen my chat. For some reason, like nothing's coming across. I updated OBS and I'm using the stream or the Twitch chat thing that's in OBS and it's not working. So give me a second. You guys probably been talking in chat and I haven't been reading chat. So I do apologize. Whoops. Don't blame me, blame the update. Uh it was working before, but there was a hot fix today. And I updated and it's not working. So I do apologize if I've missed chat. So whoever rated, thank you so much, much appreciated. But huh? What were you gonna say? What did you
It's
say?
like he apologized a trillion times.
Yes, apologize a trillion times. Um, and it's not my sorry for 2004. I'm sorry for 2019. Uh, uh, yeah, like I don't know, man. Like that's crazy though. I mean, that's cool though that he's able to. Oh, wait, I can see it. Oh, okay. Cloudy, thank you so much for that host. It worked now. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Hold on. I made the chat like stupid big so I could see it, and I made it too big, so I can see it now. Hold on. Um, set font size. Let's go to. I put it to 50. Let's go to 30. That's a little too big. I just trying to set it so I can see. 30.
He wants to see clearly now.
Yep. I probably just changed the scene because I'm using the crud. This is gonna be a crazy podcast episode. Gotta love updates, guys. Gotta love updates. Now, hold up. Hey.
Hold up.
Yeah, I know, right? All right. So let's go here. Let me go back to the podcast scene. Can you move my scenes over real quick, game? Thank you. And yes, I just called OBS a game.
Sure did.
I sure did. I could do that. All right,
And he
we're
meant it.
we're good now. I think we'll see. We'll
We
find.
also.
I hope so. Let me type in chat. Make sure I can see chat. Thank you, Cloudy, for hosting me, man. Much appreciated. Um, but as I was saying, it says welcome to the chat room. What are you talking about? I've been in the chat room, yo. Okay, there it goes. All right, now maybe it'll work. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, so I was really interrupted by the OBS update. Um, yeah, I feel like that the this that's a good move. Now, who's do we know? You said Bowser's taking over. Do we have any information about this Bowser guy?
Well, he's been working for Nintendo for a while. As a matter of fact, I'll be happy to provide you some of his statistics just so you kind of know what we're dealing with.
All
So, yeah,
right.
let me bring that up for you. Give me one moment here.
Now to put things in perspective, the CEO of one of the high offices of what you call it also has left to uh Sony also. So a lot of people are leaving
Yeah.
gaming companies. I think the only one that has the original one is uh what's it called? Microsoft, which is no Microsoft let go of theirs early in the year too, and what's his name? Phil Spencer took over, I believe.
Okay. Okay.
I think I don't.
That
So,
sounds about right.
all of them have changed.
Okay.
Nobody's the same as they once were.
All right. Well, change is good.
Yes.
But to give you a little background on Bowser, he used to be, king of the Koopa Castle, all princesses, no, I'm just kidding. Basically, Bowser joined Nintendo on May of 2015. Prior to that, he's worked with companies such as EA and Procter and Gamble. So
Hmm.
that kind of gives you an idea of a little bit of history that he has. So, he's been around for a little while, and he even quoted that basically that Reggie's been his mentor for the past 4 years, and he's really really happy that he got to get the real deal, considered one
That's
of the best. So
that's awesome. That's crazy.
yeah,
I hope like I was saying earlier. I hope they capitalize on this Bowser thing. Um, it would be a good point. It
yeah.
would be a good time to bring a Mario expansion or a game out to where where Bowser takes over Nintendo. I just think it'd be funny or a commercial. Something's
This is a
gotta happen.
really good marketing opportunity.
Yeah, something's gotta happen, man. Something is got to happen.
Hmm.
And if
We'll
you're
see.
not listening to me, Nintendo, then you're watching the wrong podcast. No, I'm just kidding. That's crazy though. Speaking of EA, I might as well jump right into. Um, EA is one of the most overpaid. The EA CEO is what is. I was reading an article the other day. I don't know if I posted it in the corner, but EA and what was the other one? I can't remember the other one. EA and some other guy are the most most overpaid CEOs right now in the gaming industry. The EA CEO. It's interesting.
Oh, that is interesting.
Interesting. I'm not gonna talk about numbers. I just want to talk about the fact that it's interesting that he's over. That the person that probably makes not the greatest games in the world is like one of the most overpaid CEOs of the gaming industry. It is crazy. Uh, you need to put your money. You need to take a paycheck and put your money back into Madden, or let Madden go, buddy. That's all I gotta say. That's all I got to
Let
say.
man go.
We don't need football. Who needs football? We don't need football games. I don't think I'd miss. Even though I do have Madden 20 right now, but or 19 right now, free. Thanks to my cousin. I don't miss Madden. I don't would miss Madden. If that's a good question. If you had one franchise game that is still being made today that could go away forever and never be seen again, what game would that be? What franchise would that be?
So that was one franchise that I would be okay with just them not existing anymore.
Yeah, and it never you didn't even hear the game. Like it just it'd be cool if it would if it never existed.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of franchises that I've never played, so it would be kind of unfair for me to bring up anything that I've never played. So we're gonna limit it to game series that I have played. But yeah, I think of all of the game series out there, I guess Madden would be the one that I could let go the easiest.
Nice.
Just because it was fun while it lasted, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just not something I can do every year. Um,
DB said depends on the contract, stature, good base pay, with business making money drives a good business when the head of the company's salary depends on it. Yeah, I mean, you make a good point there, DB, as always. That's why we love you
well,
on the
I
show.
would say that it depends on how that person distributes the money because you can make a lot of money but not give your employees what they need to do better. If you could financially push your company with the money you make to make the company better, that is what really determines how successful a company can be, rather than just hoarding all the profits yourself. So I think that it's more in the not necessarily how much he makes, but how much he puts into the company.
I'm trying to adjust the size. I do apologize if I'm there we go. That's better. So I gotta change the scene again. My bad, guys. We're about to get rid of these hotkeys. What up, Cuts? Yo, Crudo, thank you so much for that resub. I'm sorry I didn't go off because I accidentally changed seats. Because I'm a dork. Alright. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know nothing about running a company. So it's hard for me to say what is the best and what is like. Man, 21 months in a row, Crudo. Thank you so much, dude. It's hard for me to say like what's the best move. It's to me it just blows my mind. Out of all the CEOs like in the gaming industry, like that. Oh, I remember who it was. It was Activision. It was Activision and EA. Now Activision makes more sense to me. You know, because of the big moves that they make. But I was really surprised about EA. So, but you were saying the French gaming franchise that you would be happy that never existed, that even never existed at all, would be Madden.
Well,
I would go ahead.
okay, I was thinking more along the lines of if it just stopped making games. But as far as like never existing, I'm really not sure because just about everything I've played kind of means something.
Right.
So, I mean, it would be kind of sad if nothing. It would be sad if Madden didn't exist because, I mean, if you actually know who John Madden is, you can kind of appreciate why they have a football series named after him. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
His coaching career, his broadcasting career. I mean, he's done so much that I mean he kind of deserves his name on a game series. So maybe not so much Madden. Maybe NBA Live, since even though I love playing the game back in the day, but there's not much emotional attachment as far as who's behind it because it's just a generic and you're
Yeah.
not really drawn into any kind of a story, so to speak, because we're the ones creating the story. So technically, we could create our own story on just about any other game too. So I'll say it'd be Live instead of Madden.
Nice. Okay, Crew Doc, since you're taking breakfast orders, I either want this. I either want French toast with bacon, or I want a breakfast taco with potato and bacon. That's it. Other than that, and if you want to, you could fry the potatoes and you could fry the potatoes in the skillet with the bacon. Yeah, that'd be dope. Joy says she
Yeah,
wants a grilled sandwich, grilled cheese
I'll
sandwich.
take a couple of potato and egg tacos and then a couple of bagels with cream cheese.
Oh man, I forgot about the bagels and cream cheese. But what kind? What
Just
kind?
regular, just Just regular bagel, regular cream cheese,
What?
nothing
That's so
fancy.
boring, dude. You
It's
can't.
so good.
No, it's boring. It is so boring. You cannot just go plain cream cheese or plain bagel. You could at least get like a raisin bagel or a cinnamon bagel or like some strawberry cream cheese. Something. Some
I
cinnamon
mean,
cream
if I
cheese.
have to pick a flavor, then I'll pick cinnamon and raisins to go in my bagel.
EA EACO made 35 million, 3.6 million went to the base pay. The rest were stock options. All of this is based on EA's revenue of 5.1 billion last year. Dang, that's crazy. 5.1 billion dollars.
Hmm.
Man, 5.1 billion dollars. And but yet
That's a little bit of money.
that just blows my mind. $5.1 billion, but yet they're still rated the worst company in gaming. Like, they actually win awards for that.
Huh. Wow. That's not a good award to win.
They, like, won it, like, twice in a row.
Well, it just goes to show that no matter how not successful you are, apparently you can still be making money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're able to be in business because even if
Mm-hmm.
they're not, even if they're at the bottom, they're still doing something right.
That was revenue, not profit. Yeah, I know, but still, to just generate that
Thank y'all
revenue.
for the bid days.
Yo, thanks for the
120, 30, 40, 50, 60 biddies, biddies. Man, look at all the bid days. Thank y'all for the bid days.
Yeah. 20. Oh, man. Yeah, I know, but just to make that revenue, though, man. Just to say, look, I made $5.1 billion. I mean, that's crazy, dude. Dude, I'm happy when I like, I'm happy when I make over $200 on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? $5.1 billion. Like, oh my god. That's Booby. She
Yep.
knows about ja- jalapeno cream cheese. Oh wait, jalapeno cream cheese. Yo, I gotta tell my wife about that. My wife's favorite thing to do is to get the Red Hot Cheetos and get cream cheese, and then she'll dip it in the cream cheese. That's my wife's favorite thing to do. That's like one of her snacks. Not all the time, but when she wants to splurge, that's a snack. Crew Dog, did you know? Uh, did you see the menu I sent you on the place opening around? Yeah, I want to see this menu. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to because then I'm gonna see it and then I'm gonna be like, Activision CEO took home 28 million based on a 7.1 billion in revenue. Dang, I'm in the wrong business, man. I'm in the wrong business. $7.1 billion in revenue.
Hmm.
7.1 billion. Oh my god, I'm in the wrong business. So I mean, dang. But I don't know. You know, a lot of people hate on Activision, especially right now. You know, with the moves with Call of Duty and certain things, but I mean, they're obviously doing something right. EA's
Yeah.
doing something right. I mean, and to an extent, we may not agree with what they do with their games, but they're still around. They could be Sega at this point.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sega's still around, but Sega is still not, like a a um a major a major deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not what it once was. Did I
Yeah. It's different now.
did I hear EA doing something right? Well, I mean, they did publish. They did help publish. They published. They didn't help make it, but they published Apex. I mean, Apex might not be the Fortnite killer, but it might be the Blackout killer. Um,
Actually, speaking of Fortnite, for the first time, profits of Fortnite are actually lower in January.
yes,
Um,
50%. Go ahead.
it was actually 48%, but yeah,
Oh,
you're pretty close. Now, just so everybody knows, it doesn't mean that Fortnite's dying, because for starters, when it comes to the holiday season, November, December, January's numbers are usually lower. So, than December. The only reason that this is even a thing is because 48% is a pretty big drop in general. Because you can expect maybe a 20% drop,
Yeah.
maybe 25, but 48 is a lot. But they're still making money. That's not like they're struggling or anything like
Mm.
that. So
It's
Fortnite's not dead.
it's
But
because they're running out of they're running out of content ideas. Because they're,
yeah.
to me, in my opinion, I could be wrong. Well, for one,
Hmm.
they're running out of content ideas. For two, they're taking people's money. Like, what I mean by that is people are hacking their stuff, so people don't want to buy stuff anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because that's still a
Hmm.
thing. Security on Fortnite is a major L. Okay? People's accounts are still getting hacked. So you got people spending $700, $600 on skins, right?
Hmm.
600, $700 on skins. But yet their account gets hacked. And if you get hacked too many times, Fortnite's like, well, we can't do nothing about it. Bye. And they
Hmm.
don't disable the account. That person runs off with the $600, $700 skins. So basically, what happens is, people stop spending money on Fortnite because it's not secure. And I feel like that's the major issue is that, first of all, you're running out of content, and, you know, secondly, the security sucks. DB said Battle Pass was sold in December. I would say with the new season starting tomorrow, their revenue would increase, but they are giving that away for the most part by completing challenges. Yeah, that's another thing too. Their major sell point of the season pass, they're giving that away if you complete certain challenges. I believe in the what is it called? Save the world mode. So, yeah. So I mean, I feel like if Fortnite, it's kind of Fortnite's fault the reason why they're dropping down to 50%. And I wouldn't even put it on the content issue. I'd put it on the fact that the base of their security. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Okay.
uh, I've got the catchy song stuck in my head, and it will never go. And I've never seen the second Lego movie. What do I do? I don't know. Watch the movie again. No, it's not the BR mode. Hot dog and Hawaiian rolls. They match mode in heaven.
A match made in heaven.
Yeah, match made in heaven. Sorry. Nope. BR or creative challenge is called overtime. Oh wait, it's creative challenges. I thought it was in. I thought it was. I thought it was. I thought it was just save the world. Even then, you only had to complete 8 of the 13 of the challenges. Really? Why? Like, why are they giving this stuff away? I'm so confused. Like, are they trying to get people to play? I guess, but I don't understand. I don't understand,
What's
man.
also interesting too is I actually do have a list of the top 10 grossing, in other words, making money titles by category between PC, console, and mobile.
Ooh, let's go.
So I can tell you for the month, and this is just for the month of January 2019.
Let's go.
So this is kind of what's starting the wave. So which
Mm.
one do you want to hear first? PC, console, or mobile?
Let's go console.
Console? Okay. So believe it or not, and this surprised me.
What's
Uh,
that, DB?
well,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
well, we're going to start with number 10 and work our way up to the number one.
All right.
So for console, the top 10 grossing titles for console in January 2019. Number 10 is FIFA 18.
Wow.
Number 9, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
Wow.
Number 8, yeah. Number 8 is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Really? Well, I'm so
I'm not surprised in the top 10. I'm just surprised that it's lower. Um, Number 7 is Madden NFL 19.
Interesting.
So apparently Madden's still relevant. Number 6 is NBA 2K19. which I'm not surprised because a lot of the people that I work with actually do play NBA 2K19
Yeah,
and they talk about
it's
it
a
all the
major
time.
thing. It's a major
It's a thing. Number five, Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
thing. It's about to move up. Just saying, they put loot
Yeah, it'll
box.
probably move up. Yeah, those
Yeah.
numbers will probably change within a couple of months. Number four is Grand Theft Auto 5. Apparently, that's still a big deal.
Wow.
Let's see. Number three is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which I'm not too surprised. Let's see. Number two is Fortnite,
Not surprised.
which not too surprised. Now, here's the big surprise. Number
Apex
one,
Legends. No, I'm just kidding.
the number one grossing title for 2019 January for console, believe it or not, is FIFA 19.
What? Oh my god. leave it.
Not even joking.
Leave it to a sports game, dude. I don't.
Well, there's four sports games on here, by the way, that
Yeah,
made
I
the top
know.
10.
I know. That's crazy, dude. That's
Sports games are still relevant, apparently.
it's because people buy currency to upgrade their characters. Be right back. Need to get lunch. Get that salad, bro. Get that salad. Yes, I did win 2 games in a row back to back with Crew Dog, and then I won my third game with um Wheels, and um but Angela was with me the whole time. Uh, but yes,
Nice.
with the creative team and the FIFA 19 is BS. To you, too many people we interact with on the basis. Uh, let's see on the Twitch viewership. Okay, be right back. Wait. Too many people we interact with base. Well, I can't say. Can't say that word right now.
Revenue?
No, it's RELVANCY.
Oh, relevance.
Yeah, relevancy on Twitch viewership. Too many people. Yeah, that's very true. That's true. That's true. But yeah, that's crazy though, man.
Yeah, FIFA 19 being up there, that's interesting to me. And then I also have for the mobile guys out there who like to hear me talk about mobile, I'll go and give you the top 10 of the money makers for January for 2019 for mobile
And
because
this
that's
is with
more my thing.
microtransactions or
Uh,
is it?
yeah, everything that I'm mentioning includes everything. Microtransactions, buying the game, whatever it is, it includes all of it.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go mobile. Lee
All
Chess
right.
number
So,
one. No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to get that.
yeah, sure. Number 10 is Clash Royale. It's kind of popular. I'm not
Yeah.
surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9 is a game called Toon Blast, which I've never played.
I played that. It's actually fun.
Okay, well,
It's
there you go.
it's
Something
a
you're familiar with.
it's a actually me and my wife have our own clan on there. We don't play it no more,
Oh,
but it's it,
okay.
it's 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 a matching game like I mean,
Candy Crush or
yeah, it's one of those, but it's different. It's got like different mechanics,
okay.
and you can create your own clan. And when you're part of the clan, you can give your people more lives and and stuff. It's kind of
Okay.
cool. Kind of cool. I don't know
All
why we
right.
didn't play
Well,
it no more.
yeah, shout outs to Toon Blast, making it
Yeah.
the top 10 for mobile.
Yeah.
Um, Number 8 is Puzzles and Dragons, which I haven't played it, but I know people who have played it, and I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, I
I
played
just
that game. It's
Oh, you
decent.
played it? Okay.
I give it like a 7.
Okay, so it's passable.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
that's good.
passable. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 7 is Monster Strike.
I haven't played that game.
Me neither.
What is it?
Number 6 is Brawl
Wait, number 6 is what? You cut out.
Brawl Stars.
Huh? I've heard of it, but I've never played it.
Oh, you've heard of it? Okay. I haven't played it either, so I'm not too sure. Number 5 is Clash of Clans. Not to be confused with Clash Royale.
No, I didn't like Clash of Clans, to be honest. I don't like those games, dude. To be honest, I don't like the more games like that. It takes too long to build stuff. I like strategy games, but the fact it takes me like 3 days to build my base, But if I want to
Mhm.
build it tomorrow, just tomorrow, I gotta spend like $20. That's when they make their money. People get impatient.
Yeah, that's exactly how they make their money. And that's really how mobile games make money in general, is people's impatience.
Yeah.
So good marketing at its finest.
Mhm.
Number four, which I'm not going to be surprised to say, is Candy Crush Saga.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the most like mainstream mobile games to play, really. Because people who don't even play video games for the most part play Candy Crush.
Mhm.
Number three is a mobile RPG called Fate Grand Order, which is based off of the anime Fate Stay Night. I'm very familiar with the anime, but I haven't played this particular game. But I do know that amongst the mobile RPG community, that this is apparently a big deal. So I will probably be, dipping my toes in that maybe in a few months for a demo in the future.
Uh,
Um,
Sorry, Kudak made me laugh. Kudak said, Slotomania rules. That's his favorite game. I only played it one
nice.
time. I only played it one time. I did not. I didn't. Well, you know what it is? It's not that it's a bad game, but if I play slots, I want to go. I want to be playing slots in Vegas. That's just all it is to it.
Yeah, like it sounds weird, but like the idea of just chilling with your boys, just playing the slots, and just having a drink here and there, just to kind of relax, not get drunk or nothing, but just chill. Really, it's
Right.
just kind of one of those relaxing kind of things. Like you're not doing it to try to make money. It's
Right.
just something that relaxes some people.
Right. Like,
So I kind of get that.
yeah. Like, I want to, yo, don't tell me let's go because my wife's been wanting to go to Vegas for a minute. Like,
Yeah,
she's been really wanting to go to Vegas. Don't tell me that because my wife will be like, and then come we
she'll seriously make plans.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. My wife's been wanting to go to Vegas for a minute, and we about to file
Mm-hmm.
taxes. Finally,
Uh-oh.
um, if you haven't received your Twitch 1099, I received mine yesterday, so check your emails because I know they said they were gonna be late. So because of I don't know why, but I guess they goofed up on their end or something. So check your emails. I received mine yesterday. I'm only saying this because you need to you do need to file that after to your taxes. I think a Vegas trip this summer after school is out. We would be Don't tell me that, bro. Don't play with my emotions, crew dog, because I will text her right now and be like, yo, people want to go to Vegas. Let's do it. Cause she's been like down because like not down but like she's been upset like every time we plan to go to Vegas something happens and we're not able to go. So I'm gonna research
Yeah,
ticket. Go ahead.
y'all need to kind of make sure that if you really want to go, they're actually legitimately looking to go. So please don't play with them too much.
Yeah, don't play with my emotions. Uh,
Yeah.
cause I'm
Um,
gonna play. I want to play some Texas Hold'em, some real Texas Hold'em. Um,
yeah, Texas Hold'em was fun. I played a lot of that.
yeah, you
It's a
taught
lot of
me. You
fun.
taught me Texas Hold'em. You're the reason why I'm so good at it.
I
Um,
didn't even realize
Yeah,
that.
I'm really good at it because of you. I still use the techniques that you taught me about the
Okay.
yeah. Well, I won't disclose your technique, but it it works. It works a lot. I've won a lot of not real money, but I've practiced it with other things.
Yeah,
Well,
and
I
I want
have
to
to
do
go
mine.
see Handy after and other streamers. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, man. You only see me one time. No, but it's all cool, man. We gotta go have some wings again, crew dog. But I don't want to go to that. That place was loud. I didn't like that. We could barely talk. It was like too loud. Um, but yeah, I don't know where we were at. Oh, we were talking
Oh
about.
yeah, we're in the top 10 of the most
Well,
money making mobile games for January. Right now we just finished number three. But
okay,
we're on number two now, so we got two left.
okay, let's
So
go.
moneymaker number two for mobile January 2019. No surprise, Pokemon Go.
Not surprised.
Ugh. It's 100%
I thought
relevant,
it would be dead by
regardless.
now. Honestly, to be honest, I thought it would be dead.
Well, here's the deal. Pokemon is one of Nintendo's biggest money makers all around. It's not just the video games, it's the toy sales. It's all kinds of stuff. This is one of those games that's, catered to kids, but adults are into it too.
It's highly
So it's
marketable.
gonna
That's what you're
it's
saying.
so easily marketable, yeah. So I mean, there's no surprise that it's still alive, despite all of the problems they've had, like with the whole first convention that they had that failed really,
Mm-hmm.
really miserably
Mm-hmm.
two years
Mm-hmm.
ago. They made up for it in spades, but man, I mean, they went through some stuff, but they're still up there.
Mm-hmm. I just don't like
So
it because it's not very handy accessible. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Um,
I feel you
I'm
there.
not trying to take an easy shot at the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna start a movement or go on Twitch because I understand not everything can be handy accessible. It's just how life is. There's
Yeah,
certain things you just got to accept in life that just are not. And you really can't make Pokemon Go handy accessible. I'm fine with that. And what I mean by that is like it's hard for me to just get up and go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and walk around and get freaking Pokemon. So I don't play Pokemon Go. You know. Um,
like basically, Handy would need a crew in order to play
yeah,
Pokemon Go.
yeah. Yo,
He needs a crew, literally.
he said, "In the lights, I can see it now, live, Vegas, OG podcast." Yo, my setup is very mobile. I stream everything from a laptop. Everything hooks up to my laptop. The podcast can be very, very mobile. Um, and
Yeah.
ironically, the original mobile game guy speaks from his phone. So it's very, very mobile. But I want him to go to Vegas
Really.
too, because it's always been our. Actually, before I met my wife, it was me and OG's thing. We said at the age of 21, we never got to do this either. That we were gonna go do a road trip to Vegas and see what happened. Remember that a long time ago?
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah,
It was a long, long time ago.
we sure did.
Yep, it's gonna happen. We gonna go to Vegas. We gonna have some fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one day we'll get there. No
yeah,
worries.
yep. One day.
Number one, number one mobile money making game right now in January. No surprise again. Our boys from Tencent, Honor of Kings, which basically is Arena of Valor in America.
Hmm.
It's basically the mobile. It's right now number one.
There's actually like top streamers streaming that game. Not that it matters, but I just thought it was interesting because a lot of things that we talk about don't really hit that kind of spotlight. But
Yeah.
there's actually people playing that game, and I was actually surprised. But they play it from their PC though, so I was like, "You're lame."
Yeah, those kind of games, in my opinion, are better played on a PC.
Yeah,
Um,
agreed.
I played it mobily only because I mean that's kind of my channel kind of thing. But yeah, no, games like that are, or actually most games in general, are usually better on PC. It's just a matter of preference on whether you want to use your mobile device or a controller or whatever the case may be. And I don't want to completely ignore the PC guys, so I will let them know what the top 10 for them as well. These are going to be mostly games that I don't know anything about, but I've
CS:GO.
heard of.
I'm just kidding. It probably is.
Right? 10 is Dota 2, which I heard is very popular, so I'm
Me too.
somewhat familiar with that.
Never played it.
Number 9 is Sims 4, which is a little bit surprising.
That's weird.
That is really weird. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. Number 8, I'm going to give a shout out to this World of Tank. Okay.
Wow.
Um, so the reason I'm going to give a quick shout out to this game is I've actually met two people who've actually played this game and actually play this game on the regular. Like, they're very passionate about this game. And
Funny thing is that you mentioned that. Are you there? I think we lost him. Hold on. Either I lost him or the cord lost him.
that is
Oh, it's you.
something that we gotta go to.
Oh, okay. You must be on your internet today. Um, we'll
My internet's bad.
yeah, you're cutting in and out like crazy, like crazy.
Oh.
What's crazy is that it's the number you said it's like number 9 or number 8 What's
Yeah.
crazy is, did you know World at War Tanks or World at Tanks is on console? It's on Xbox. So
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It, but more people play it on PC.
PC, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
I played it
Which is why.
before. I played it.
Well, you
It's
have.
not on PC though, on Xbox.
Okay. Well,
Hmm.
how do you feel about the game? I mean,
It's a cool game. It's a cool strategy game. It's just too slow for me. Too
too
slow.
slow for you.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, they are tanks. They're kind of heavy.
Yeah. But other than that, it's a cool game. It's free
Okay.
on console. So
That's cool.
I mean, you can't really beat a free game. It's free, and you just gotta you got the end game currency and the microtransactions. It's fun.
Yeah.
Supposedly,
I'm a,
supposedly it's supposed to be crossplay coming. I don't know though. We'll see. What were we gonna say?
I'll ask about that because yeah, they've been wanting me to talk about this game. So shout
Really,
outs, you finally got me to talk about World of Tanks.
man.
um, Number 7 is World of Warcraft West,
Like,
which I'm guessing is the Western servers. I don't know.
wait,
I
what?
don't quite
I
get
don't
that.
understand the World of Warcraft world, cause what does West mean? West
I don't
side?
understand the West part. Yeah, I'm assuming they're talking about the Americas and surrounding area. I don't know. It doesn't really explain here.
They're talking about Compton.
I'm just gonna say, yeah, right. So I'm just gonna say World of Warcraft in general because it's the only time that that's put on this list. So we're just gonna just say World of Warcraft. Forget the West
Okay.
as number 7.
Yeah, I think that was a
Um,
typo. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And WoW is popular. It's not as popular as it once was because right now the company's having a hard time being creative because they
Mm.
keep using their same IPs to make other games instead of being a little more creative. So that's kind of hurting them
Like
right
Call of
now.
Duty. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. We'll see where that goes. Number 6 is PUBG.
Hmm.
So that's up there.
Hmm.
Number 5 is Fortnite, so it's still there too.
Hmm.
Number 4 is Crossfire.
What's
Which I have
Crossfire?
no idea. I have no idea what Crossfire is.
Crossfire. Remember that commercial? the,
Yes.
the little thing you would shoot, and the
Little
little gun.
board game,
Yeah,
yeah.
Crossfire. Yeah, I remember that commercial.
I remember that too. That's so funny. I'm pretty sure it's not the board game, but
I think we're gonna get sued now by the board game
uh,
company.
I mean, if we can handle Nintendo, we can handle anyone. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. We've been through the ringer, man. For sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Number 3 is Fantasy Westward Journey Online 2.
what?
That was
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, that was a lot to say, and I have never heard of this game. But yeah, Fantasy Westward Journey Online 2.
Almost sounds like it needs.
Never heard of this
All
game,
I
and
need.
it's number 3, which is weird.
I like playing. It's like playing. What? Oh, you play Crossfire? Well, somebody in the chat's play Crossfire. It's like playing PUBG. They said. Interesting.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Thanks for explaining. Because yeah, we need a little context. We've never heard of it. So yeah, shout outs if you like that game because apparently it's up there.
Yo.
Um,
Well, Warwick, if you wouldn't have been late for the service, you would have known we already talked about the Reggie situation. Yes, and Bowser is actually taking the position. The guy is actually named
yeah,
Bowser.
they'll be starting in April. Yeah.
Yes, he's actually taking the position. No, I'm just kidding.
Mhm.
I'm just poking fun. I don't mind if you guys are late. We just poke fun at you guys.
Yeah, we do. And then number 2 is League of Legends. No surprise.
I'm really
I'm actually
surprised.
surprised it's not number 1.
I'm surprised Fortnite is number 5.
You're surprised that Fortnite's not higher up?
Yeah, because Fortnite is more like popular on PC than it is console or mobile.
Maybe those numbers are not as hype as it sounds. Some things are just, some people hype things up verbally, but the numbers change things.
Yeah.
And financially, apparently Fortnite's better on console than PC, according to the numbers at least. But yeah, League of Legends number 2. I'm surprised it's not number 1 in all honesty because that's always the game I hear about when it comes to PC. Like
League of Legends, yeah.
Yeah, when I talk to people who play PC games, they ever talk about is either League of Legends or Dota 2. Those are usually the main
I
things they
probably
bring up.
if I ever get a gaming PC, I'll probably try League of Legends just to say that I've played it
Yeah.
for science. For science.
For science. Yep.
Yep.
And the number one PC moneymaker in January 2019 is a game called Dungeon Fighter Online, which I've never heard of.
It sounds like
Um,
a spin-off of Dungeons and Dragons, honestly. I don't
yeah,
know.
it sounds like that. It's probably like an MMO, although it being more popular than World of Warcraft would mean something. That means that Blizzard needs to get on that. But anyway, but yeah, well, whatever Dungeon Fighter Online is, if you've played that game right now, that is the number one moneymaker, at least towards at the end of January of 2019. So
Warwick said I
there
was
you
gonna
go.
try. I was gonna try that game in December. Well, you need to try that game because we need to know what it's about. We need to know.
Yep. We need
We
context.
we need context. I need to know if I'm like if I'm talking about Dungeons and Dragons over here. Speaking of which, Dungeons and Dragons is still popular. Interesting.
Oh yeah, I actually just met a coworker the other day that was actually talking to me about Dungeons and Dragons because he asked if I was into it. I was like, I played it before in the past, and he lit up. He got so excited, because when someone that plays Dungeons and Dragons hears that someone else has played it, they get super excited because they're not used to people like in their everyday life who they don't hang out with actually play it.
Yeah.
So he got excited when he heard that I played it, but yeah, I mean, Dungeons and Dragons is still a big deal. A lot of people do play it. They may not be preaching about it and making it public, and I don't blame them. But yeah, no, it's a big deal. I probably should have said it like that. But
it's definitely on Twitch too. I've actually
yeah, I believe that.
yeah. I need stuff to see. I can't like I have an imagination, but I can't just be like Handy hits OMG with an Amish slash. Okay, he's still standing there. You know,
Just waving at you like, "Hi,
Thank you for the Amish slash. It did nothing to me because I put up my shield. Bam. It's just. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just something.
Well,
Go ahead.
for me, it depends on the people. That's what I've learned is that if you're with the right group, Dungeons and Dragons can be a lot of fun. When I first played, I hated it. I thought it was stupid because the group that I was with was just not a good group.
Yeah.
But someone convinced me to try it with a different group of people that I was actually more comfortable with. And we had a lot of fun with it. Again, it wasn't just us playing the whole time. Sometimes we were making jokes along the way, but it was just the atmosphere that made it better. So it's really the group rather than the game itself that makes it fun.
Yeah, it's kind of like where I am with Anthem at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin makes it fun. My cousin makes it a lot of fun.
Exactly.
And so it's really fun for me. And like now we're like in competitiveness to see who can get like the stronger what you call it? I don't even know what you call. I call it a mech. I call it an Iron Man suit, whatever. Like we're both in competitiveness, like to see who can get the strongest one. And right now I'm in the lead, so it's freaking awesome. So, because he can only play 2 days a week, I get to play whenever I want. So
right.
I'm ahead, So like now I'm gonna be the guy that carries, which is freaking cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's cool.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah. And, it's cool because it brought us to like my cousin's always been in chat or whatever, but like we never really got to play like games together. As far as sometimes he'll play in a stream or whatever, but like we've never like just jumped in and played a game off stream together and just dove in. Kind of like me and you when we did Final Fantasy 14. Dude, that was so much fun. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
We had because we had like a lot of people hate playing with randoms, but me and you when we played that 14, we found that random, and that random was so cool, and he carried us to that whole part. You know what I'm saying?
He was legit. He was like, "Hey, come show me. Hey, come over here." Like he was really awesome about like squatting up with us. It was great. You know what I mean?
And he had no mic, but me and OG were just able to somehow communicate with him and understand what he was talking about. And we just did the dang thing, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was so fun, like me and you lost track of time. That was probably the most fun. Did. That was the most fun I had on Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
And yeah,
we were low level too. I think we were probably like maybe be
Yeah.
like level 10ish or something. I'm not
Yeah.
too sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we had a lot of fun even at lower levels doing that together because again, it was with people that you're comfortable with, and then we just happened to be fortunate to get a cool random. But yeah,
Right, right. And like me and OG never really like we didn't like know the game well enough. So none of us were trying to tell each other how to play the game. I don't know. Like I kind of like when I play a game, like I don't like being told how to play the game when I'm first playing the game because I want to learn how to play the game. Because
right,
I may learn a different way that you don't even know. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And it was funny because me and you didn't know what we were doing and we got
Mm,
lost and it was so funny. I wish we would have been streaming or recording because that was like golden content. It was so
yeah,
funny. It was so funny. And like that's the that's the stuff, that's how I like to, play and have fun. It's the same way with my cousin. My cousin really didn't know a lot about Anthem, and neither did I. And
mm.
we just drove in and had fun, and we started owning, and we having a great old time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Speaking of Anthem, I might as well go into it.
yeah.
Um,
Go ahead.
um, so I'm giving Anthem. I'm giving my review on Anthem to from a person that normally doesn't like play these games, from somebody that's casually playing these games. Um, I have to say, from a story standpoint, like I like the story from Anthem. I think Anthem has probably one of the coolest, craziest stories. If I had to pick between Destiny story or Anthem story, I'm gonna pick Anthem story. There was there's some like loophole, like not loopholes, but like points in the story where you're like, oh dang! Like I wanted to tweet it out and be like, da 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 da, but I don't, I know everybody hasn't played Anthem, so I don't want to be that guy to spoil it. Um, but there was some parts in the story I was like, wow, that's pretty freaking crazy, dude. Like I actually get sucked in the story. Um, once I get sucked into the story, that's when you know I like a game. It's hard for me to um and a lot of people say don't compare it to Destiny, but I can't help it but do that. My brain just does it automatically. So I, it's hard for me to get sucked into the Destiny storyline. I couldn't get sucked into the Destiny storyline, even from playing Destiny 1 and grinding Destiny 1. It just wasn't there for me. Um, and for when I'm not playing with people, like the story, the lore is what's got to keep me playing when I'm playing by myself. Cause I'm not just gonna like try to squat up with everybody and like make new friends. Like that's the beauty thing with Anthem. Even though you're playing with randoms, it's okay because like the game is kind of forgiving like when you're playing with people that don't know what they're doing. So even if they get lost, like they still puts them in the right direction um after
Hmm.
so long. So that's a good thing. Um now do I think that like the game is like crazy amazing like top. I think when it comes to Destiny, I think it has some better components as far as like um looting or like getting certain things. I think like okay, like the getting the equipment uh like the equipment kind of sucks because you really don't everything kind of looks the same, but as far as like building your character and stuff, like that's fun. As far as like going out and doing the missions are to me like they don't seem repetitive. Like it's always different. And I kind of like that. I like the fact that you can free roam. Of course you can do that in Destiny also. But do I think cuz I still call it a looter shooter. I mean it pretty much is. You're shooting things, you're getting things, and you're just trying to upgrade your your anthem to make it better, to get it stronger, to have all the cool stuff, and to beat the mission because it like there's no multiplayer involved. But I can actually say because the depthness of the story and the things you can do, you can um, you don't need the multiplayer. In fact, what I liked about it is, for people that have played Dead Space, I've never played Dead Space, but I've seen Dead Space, and I like how you can talk with everybody and like you can build your personality from the answers that you pick, and I think that's really cool. There's like a little gauge like of like you know of loyalty for like each I think each group, and I think that's really cool. Like, there's always something to do, whether you're doing a side mission, whether you're doing like a standoff, whether you're doing um, a a mission, or even or building your or working on your mech. There's always something to do.
Mhm.
I like how you can build relationships with people. Now, do I think that it's good? Not do I think that somebody should like that's never played the genre go out and pick it up? I don't know, man. I don't know, cause honestly, had I not got it from my cousin and played it, I probably would have never played it. Um, just because like it's it's like Destiny, and I already have Destiny. I goodly enough to me, it's better than Destiny. But the reason why it's better than Destiny is not because of like the game itself. It's just because of the story. That's where Destiny lacks is the story, in my opinion. Because to actually get the full story, you have to like go and read it online with these cards or whatever, and like that's annoying. But it just all depends. To me, it's a good game that you don't have to sit there and grind. Um, Ironically, I am grinding it though, because I'm playing with my cousin. You know, but
Mhm.
personally, I would wait if you're curious about Anthem and you don't know if you want to play it. Then I would wait until like it's like $40. It's a good game. I give it a 7 out of 10. I give it a 7 out of 10. I think I think Destiny's story has more story over Anthem, and just the depth of the sorry. You have to grind. Well, yeah, it's a looter shooter. It's the same thing. But I think there's more story to come to Destiny with the Queen and more. But Anthem is a really good game. Yeah, I think it's polished in some areas. The flying can get a little annoying when you overheat a lot, but I mean that's because the character I am. I'm actually like the Inceptor. I was Ranger during the demo. I didn't really like the Magneto character. That's who my cousin is. My cousin is a Storm character, and I'm an Inceptor. But from somebody that's like not really into those games, like major into those games, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now, great. Don't take my criticism and take my opinion with a grain of salt. Okay. Don't be like, oh, Handy doesn't like this game. But Handy would normally not play this kind of game. Handy would normally not go and spend money on this game. You know what I'm saying?
And to be honest, like the fact that you're not really into these kind of games and you gave it a 7 out of 10 actually is a good thing.
Yeah,
That's a pretty
yeah,
good rating for a game that you're for a type of game that you don't typically play.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's right now. Unfortunately, because I really like Kingdom Hearts, it's like taken. Because I have a game. It's weird, right? Like, I have games I play on stream, right, during the week,
Mm.
and those are the games I stay focused on during the week. And then, like off stream, I have games I play off stream. Those are games that I take breaks from streaming because I have a weird thing, right? Like, if I continuously play the game that I'm streaming off stream, right? Like, I get burnt out on the game, and then it shows on stream. So, like,
Mhm.
I have to have the game that I'm streaming is not always the game that I'm playing off stream, if that makes sense. So I don't get
Okay.
burnt out. It keeps my mind from getting fresh, and I think that's what happens with like a lot of streamers and a lot of people that play games. uh, when they stream a game, like they continuously play the game off stream, so they never give their mind a break from it, you know. And you know, Anthem is one of those good breaks. Kingdom Hearts is really good too. You know, Kingdom Hearts, honestly, I mean, I've put in a good amount of time in it to it, but I still can't give it I think I gave it a review last week. I don't remember, but if I haven't, if I have, I don't want to give a more in-depth review on it yet until I played more. But I really like Kingdom Hearts. My biggest thing about Kingdom Hearts is that it is stupid easy on Pride mode. Like I've only died twice in Pride mode. Um, and the goal was to keep me from like beating the game before my daughter. Like I wanted my daughter to beat the game before me. That was the whole reason why I put it on hard. Like super hard. Well, I thought it was super
Mhm.
hard, so my daughter would beat it before me. But my it's easy. So I'm having a little bit of problem with that. But you know, like I said, I give Anthem a 7 out of 10. If you have a chance to pick it up for free, or you have a chance to pick it up for 20, $40, pick it up. That's what I say. But I wouldn't go out and spend $60 on it.
Yeah,
Proud
that's
mode,
fair.
pride mode, is the same thing. Proud, pride, whatever. They know what I mean, Otis. But yeah, that's my review on Anthem. What other news you got for us there, buddy?
Well, for those of you who are into fighting games, I actually have a list of games that they're going to be showcasing for Evo 2019.
Mm.
Now, the Evo itself is going to be going on in August. I think it's like the 2nd to the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
And here are the games that are being played. Um, let's see. One of them says Smash Brothers Ultimate,
Of course.
and it will be the only Smash Brothers on there because usually they have Melee or something like that. This is going to be strictly Ultimate and Ultimate. They're doing Dragon Ball Fighters.
Hmm.
They're doing Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. They're doing
Awesome.
Tekken 7.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've been doing Tekken 7 for a while. It's kind of popular. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I like. I mean, I mean, I like watching it at least. It's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Um, they're doing Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition, which whatever. I'm not.
Disappointing.
Yeah, I feel bad for saying it like that because I'm a huge fan of the Street Fighter series in general, but I don't know, just Street Fighter by itself nowadays just doesn't do it for me like it used to. I mean, honestly, the last Street Fighter game, like core Street Fighter that I actually enjoyed was Third Strike,
Mm-hmm.
which is the one that was competitive at one time.
What do you
Um,
think? What do you think Street Fighter needs to do, man?
well, I'm not really sure because for me personally, I think maybe I just grew out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they necessarily did anything wrong. The Street Fighter 4 wasn't terrible. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of people were really into Street Fighter 4,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't just because I think that I was just used to how Street Fighter 3 flowed and it was a little more exciting to me. Where Street Fighter 4 was a bit slower, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess that kind of turned me off a little. But I think I more grew out of it than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that they need to stick with some of the core characters instead of getting rid of them, like Ken, for example. Not stop giving him the shaft.
Poor kid, man.
And yeah, and just add some interesting characters and maybe do something to build more on the story.
Mm.
Like do something on the side that gives you a reason to be invested in Street Fighter.
So what you're saying is
Maybe
more
some
lore, a little more lore into
more
it.
lore. Yeah, I think it just needs a little more lore. Don't get me wrong, it has a lot of lore, but most of the lore is for like the older Street Fighter. You don't see much unless I'm just not looking in the right places. But I don't see enough lore for the newer Street Fighter. So maybe that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So something to consider.
What up,
Um,
Abomination? You tiger, predator hunting alien man? What's good, man? I watched your stream yesterday. It was pretty funny. I never knew you used the thing, man. A mask or whatever, a green screen mask thingy. I don't know what you call it, but that was pretty cool. But go ahead. Sorry, I just
you'll like this one. Soul Calibur 6 will be there.
nice. I have yet to
Yep.
buy that game, but I want to.
Yeah, that's gonna make it. That's gonna debut as well. They're also doing Mortal Kombat 11.
The new one, right? That's the new one, right?
But I believe that's a new one.
Yeah.
So they're doing that. So shout outs to Mortal Kombat for making the list. They're doing Samurai Showdown.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, Samurai Showdown, and then this other game here, Under Night in Birth,
Huh.
which I have no idea what this is. I've never actually played this before, so I'm not familiar with the lore or anything about that. So if you guys have ever played Under Night in Birth, they're going to be doing that at Evo as well.
No Brawlahalla. I'm sad.
Mm.
No
No, you
Brawlahalla.
got Smash Brothers Ultimate, so
Yeah.
and it was interesting about this Evo is I'm not even sure what's going to be the most hype because I mean it was obvious last Evo the Dragon Ball Fighter was going to be the most hype because it just dropped and it was super popular. But now you have Smash Bros. Ultimate into the list. You got Soul Calibur 6 in the list. You got Mortal
Hmm.
Kombat 11 on the list. Like you got a lot of hot titles that's going
Yeah.
to be there. So I
Yeah.
don't know what's going to be the MVP game wise, but
Yeah.
it's sure to be a much better Evo.
I think it's gonna go
So
down between Mortal Kombat and um what you call it? Um Not Soul Calibur, but
Smash or Soul Calibur? Master Smash?
no. It's gonna go between Mortal Kombat and Smash. I think. Hello? You there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be Mortal Kombat and Smash are gonna be the two hype ones. I don't.
Okay.
This is me personally, but it could be because I'm more of a fan. But my question is, which one is Sonic gonna play on? So what's his name?
Sonic Fox?
Yeah, Sonic Fox.
Well, you can play in multiple tournaments.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah.
what you. What about Street Fighter? Street Fighter's gonna be at the Evo tournament, Street Fighter 5. Which I mean,
Yeah. Arcade edition.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, which is understandable because I mean, it's the newest Street Fighter that's out right now. So they're they're gonna have Street Fighter there. I don't think Street Fighter unless like Street Fighter just stopped making games. I think Street Fighter would always be at Evo. You know.
Yeah, I mean it's the classic of the fighting games in general, so I think Street Fighter will always have a place.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little weird that there's none of the like Marvel versus Capcom or anything like that there, because typically you see like Marvel versus Capcom Ultimate or something like that, but
Yeah.
it seems like that kind of game has died down. I think that
People
Dragon Ball
don't
Fighter
like
is
that
putting it on there.
game, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, people just
I
don't
mean,
like.
it was pretty hype when it first dropped, but like it didn't last long enough. I think is the problem. Like the hype just died way too fast, and like I really think that Dragon Ball Fighters replaced it. Once Dragon Ball Fighters came out, it was done. It was a done deal. That's what I think.
You can't
I
type.
may be wrong.
It's okay, Abomination. I can't. Half the time, I can't read what people type anyway. Abomination said, I noticed multiplayer games that used to have lore now have a lot of less lore. Correct. And that's when Odie said, what about what you call it? And Abomination said, uh, I'm not gonna read that part because I don't know what you're saying. Just want people to fight each other with different characters, which are basically just build a block style characters. Yo, Fierce TV with that host, man. Let's go, Fierce TV. What's good, man? Yo, remember that? Speaking of fighting game, remember that fighting game that we used to play on 64 called Creative Fighter?
Creative Fighter?
Yeah, you don't remember that game? You don't remember
I
that game?
don't think me and you played that.
Oh, maybe it was me and Chris then.
I thought it was you and Chris. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Chris
don't.
was the one
The
that got.
only
Go ahead.
we did play some weird fighting games. Like we played Fighters Destiny. We
Yeah.
did that for a while.
Mhm.
I don't know if you remember that.
I remember that.
There was another really weird one that we played. But I can't think of what it was, but I never played the Creative Fighter one.
Yeah, no. Well, no. That's everybody knows Tekken. We're talking about like weird games. There was this other. Yeah, I remember this other game we used to play. I don't remember what it was called either, but it was for Sega, and I remember we used to. No, it was like a one-on-one fighting game. And we used to have this. We used to have this rule. Remember this rule? If you didn't know the powers, if the other person didn't know the powers, you couldn't use powers on them. And I remember when I don't know if you were there, but you heard about the story. Me and Chris were playing that weird game, and it's probably the same game that we're thinking of. And Chris used the power on me, and that's when Chris had long hair, and I pulled him by his hair and pushed him in his face, and then he never stopped. He stopped using powers. Then he got his haircut,
Oh
and he got his haircut, and his haircut has been short. His hair has been short ever since. I promise you, his hair has been short ever since. Yeah, I tell y'all, man, I used to. Y'all think, oh, Handy's so yeah, not back in the day. I used to rage and punch people in the face when they didn't play right. Seriously, it was funny. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. I don't remember. I don't remember what the name was, but it was like one of those weird games, and that's why I always remember external. It was like it had this guy that was like he was a lion. He was a lion. And it had this other guy that had a visor on his eyes. It was like a Cyclops knockoff, and it was very different, very different. Yeah, it was like a bunch of yeah. External champions. Yeah, I actually had that game. Internal champions. Blood War. I played that game. I didn't like Bloody War. We also used to play Pit Fighter. Yeah, man, weird.
We also played Killer Instinct back in the day too.
Oh, bro, I got Killer Instinct now on the Xbox One. I got the whole thing.
Nice.
I'm thinking about playing it on stream one day. I need another Xbox controller though. I actually only have one Xbox controller. Which we didn't at the time. It didn't matter because my wife was all about the PlayStation, But then we have Killer Instinct. Now she's like, "Babe, you got to get a controller. You got Killer Instinct." I was like, "Yeah, you're right. I do. I got to get another controller." My wife's all in the fighting games. Like that's her thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, the game.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, it wasn't Bloody Roar. It was the one that they're talking about. Internal champions. Pit Fighter. Yeah, I used to play Pit Fighter. That was actually when because my friend Chris, I had a Sega before him, and when he got his Sega, that was the first game he got was Pit Fighter. We stayed up all night playing Pit Fighter when he got his Sega, man. That's when we used to do. I used to do this thing called chocolate Coke floats. It was vanilla ice cream with chocolate syrup and Coca-Cola all mixed together. Yo. I saw a game on SNES that didn't have spectacular abilities, but it was 3D. When I got a Sega, Shinobi was the ish. Dude, I used to love Shinobi. Shinobi 1, 2, and 3, man. I had them all. I had all three of them. Dude, man. Like, gaming and wrestling are the two things I know a lot about. Well, and God, but, people get mad when you talk about that stuff. When you talk about God sometimes. So, but I loved Ranger X and Beyond Oasis on Sega. I never played Ranger X. Have you ever played Ranger? Have you ever heard of Ranger X? No, I never heard of Ranger.
Never played it.
I was always mad. Like, I always could never afford the Power Ranger. I wanted to play the Power Ranger games when I was a kid. I was a Power Ranger fan when I was a kid, and it's like now I could go back and play the Power Ranger games if I wanted to, but now I feel weird.
Well, I did play one of the Power Rangers games for Super NES back in the day. It kind of sucked.
It sucked.
It was super short. The combat was just, I don't know. It wasn't great at all. I'm not gonna lie. It was not worth my time.
That's what Anthem reminds me of. It reminds me of Power Rangers. Like I keep on. I'm just like, man, it'd be so cool in Anthem if you all could just combine and become one big Anthem character and just like destroy. But like when I'm like the ninja, or I call him the ninja. My daughter calls him the ninja, oh, don't even start Shaq Fu, man. You know they're actually making a new Shaq Fu. Chris loved that game, dude. Remember Shaq Fu?
Yes, I don't want to remember, but yes.
He loved that game, dude. Oh my god, he loved that game so much. And
I don't even understand why,
I
but
don't
it's
either,
fine.
but I think it was more because he was a Shaq fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Cause
he was in.
he was into all the movies. The only Shaq movie I liked was Steel, dude. It was the only movie I liked. Other than
I
that,
forgot he was an actor too.
I didn't like Kazam. I didn't like all the other ones. Oh, and Blue Chips was good too with Ed O'Neill. That was actually a really good movie. Go see Blue Chips. That's actually a really, 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 really good movie. It's based on a true story. Shaq as a rapper, yo, yeah, that was that was bad. Shaq, I actually got it on Spotify. I probably can. I got Spotify. I probably can look up that album right now. I trained myself to go all the way up to the max difficulty and beat the campaign over and over. Speaking of you old gamer heads, you know, I'm not gonna tell you how to do it, but they found out there's a new Linux out, and now you can put the new Linux on your PlayStation, and you could play the 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 new or not the new, but the emulators, PlayStation One, Nintendo 64, Nintendo, all on your PlayStation, which is kind of crazy. I don't condone it. I'm not gonna tell you how to do it, but it's crazy. I actually watched a video on it yesterday, and they figured out how to put to do Steam. You can't run like all the new Steam games, but you can run like the older Steam games, which is really crazy. Really crazy, man. Basically, you're turning your PS4 into a computer. I would never do it because I love, I really enjoy my PS4. I actually enjoy both systems, and I wouldn't do anything to break my systems or to harm myself. But for those that you don't care, you don't play your consoles online, you just play just to play. It's a thing. Look it up. Primal Rage. Oh, that game was cool. Emulators are the future. Yeah, they probably are. Emulators are probably somewhat the future. You know,
Emulators are already around though. Like emulators have been around for a while.
yeah, but it's gonna be more. It's gonna be more where it's gonna be more acceptable, I think, on consoles. I mean, think about it, right? The Xbox, what you call it? The other Xbox is gonna be on Switch. That's technically an emulator.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a sort of it's a sort of type of emulation. If you don't know what we were talking about last week. Xbox has announced that they're going to be on the Switch and the mobile gaming devices. So if you have like phones, so basically all your games that are digital, you're gonna be able to play on the Switch and the your mobile devices, which is kind of crazy. Um, Xbox is trying to make major moves. They're really trying to do the whole cross-platform thing. Now, I think this is only going to be Xbox exclusive titles. I don't think it's going to be like I don't think I'm going to be able to play Kingdom Hearts on the Nintendo Switch. You know what I'm saying? Not that I have a
Yeah,
Nintendo Switch, but go
there
ahead.
are more games that both companies have themselves. They'll be able to play together. They're going to be basically doing crossplay. Nintendo and Microsoft have a thing where they're going to be able to play together, no matter what game it is, as long as both games have it in their library.
Yeah, and I heard something about, like I said, that they're going to allow like the Xbox games to actually be played on the Switch. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Xbox is trying to do major things. Also, the Xbox Two is going to be announced in June. It's going to be announced in
Oh,
June. That's a little segue thing. I saw a little article on it. They're going to be announcing it in June. They didn't say what that probably when it's gonna be released and stuff like that. I think they're gonna try and release it before the PS4. I mean the PS5 because they're gonna try and get a one leg up on the PS4. But supposedly it's supposed to be more powerful than the PS4. But right now, I mean PS5. But a lot of them are saying that they're more powerful than the other. The way I look at it, it's like the console war is like in the election. They all say that they're better, but at the end of the day, when it comes out, we'll know which one's better. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
both companies have lied to us. Like, let's be real. PlayStation's lied to us. Xbox has lied to us. You know, the only one that's like really been keeping it 100 and not lie is Nintendo. And that's just being honest. That's not even. I don't even own a Nintendo console. Kinda sounds like Microsoft is accepting that the Switch is more popular than the Xbox. Yo, I mean, come on, Tetris 99. I still want that game. Come on,
Yeah,
cool.
like with Nintendo, you know what you're gonna get, and you're excited about it. It's
Yeah,
simple as that.
yeah.
With Sony and Microsoft,
You just don't
you
know.
might have an idea, but you're not 100% sure. So there's a lot. There's always a bunch of question marks that were like that prevent people from buying it at launch. Like
Yeah.
if I let's say someone gave me X amount of dollars and they said that in 2020, and we're just pretending here, in 2020, Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft are all going to release a console. You get to have one of those three right out the gates. If I had to pick one, it would be whatever Nintendo's console is going to be because I know that they're going to release games that 100% I'm going to want to play. Whereas with Sony and Microsoft, it just depends, or the games I want may not be out till much later. So like Nintendo is just that's why they're making more money and selling more systems because we know what to expect and what we expect is always as good as we think it's going to
Right,
be, if
right,
not better.
right. Like, and maybe live was the wrong word. What I mean is a lot of like Xbox and PlayStation, they sell you hype, but they don't ever cash in on their hypeness. Like, so when you actually get what you're supposed to get, like for instance, the Xbox Cloud was supposed to be revolutionizing. Where's the cloud? You know, it's not there.
I will defend Microsoft a little bit because their Xbox Live service in general, as far as like, what they provide you for what you pay for is good.
Yes, I
Whereas
will
with
agree.
Sony, I mean, you're not really having to pay,
Right.
and of course, you're not sure if your connectivity is going to be that good or not.
Mm.
So, as far as online services, I think Microsoft does have the edge over Sony.
And they have a better, and Microsoft has a better console interface,
Hmm.
operating system. I enjoy the the Xbox interface more than I enjoy the PlayStation interface. As far as like
Hmm.
looking at navigating and stuff like that, I enjoyed a lot. There's a lot of things that I enjoyed about the the Xbox when it comes to that. The only thing I think where Xbox dropped the ball, and I'll say it again, is in games. You know, they didn't bring the games that people wanted to play, and I mean, right now, same thing with in PlayStation at this very moment. Right now, before the Nintendo Switch. Right now, I want a Nintendo Switch not because of the technology, but because of the certain games. I want to play Smash Brothers. I want to play Tetris 99. And and like we said last week, Nintendo got Scalebound. You know how long I was wanting to play Scalebound? Uh, spot you, uh, spot you. Heck, I saw you from the other side of the room. Wait, my thing didn't change? My thing didn't change? My title didn't change? Ah, my Jesus, man. My title was supposed to change. I updated it and everything like twice. Oh well, I'll just change it I'll just change it when we get when I export it to the YouTube. It's too late now. What up though? One medic. What's good, man? What's good? What's good? Xbox is better in most ways, with exception of the games titles. Welcome to the Twitch. Welcome to Twitch. What's man? So right now we just talking about basically like what's going on. I was basically talking about
You
Xbox.
were saying that Xbox Two is going to be announced in June. I
Yeah,
think is where
yeah,
we
yeah,
started,
yeah.
and it kind of branched off from there.
Xbox Two is gonna be announced in June, sometime in June. So it's gonna be interesting to see. And we were just talking about
Although
Go ahead.
Along the same lines of that, there is a rumor, and this is just a rumor. I don't know how solid this is going to be because I'm not sure if I believe. But supposedly, according to an article from a source that I do trust, Google is to unveil a mystery gaming project
Yes.
at this year's GDC.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly, they're thinking that Google might try to join the console war.
Yep.
The reason they think that is because last October, Google began publicly experimenting with cloud streaming tech by letting select users play like Assassin's Creed Odyssey through their Google Chrome Project Stream, and it's possible that Google is looking into formally announcing how its tech will roll out going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Kotaku, who is a legitimate news company, sources claim that Google is working on its own console, Project Yeti, that would be based on the streaming technology and would look to take on Xbox and PlayStation directly. So they're thinking when in GDC in March that Google might possibly announce their own console.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Interesting. Like I don't know what they're going to do, what's going to be so different about it. I
Hmm.
mean, it seems like their main thing that they're going to be pushing is some kind of big streaming technology that Microsoft and Sony may not be able to keep up with. I'm curious to see what that's going to be, but it's an interesting rumor since we are talking about a console.
Yeah. Uh, One heading medic said, at one point, do we stop calling it consoles? These are mini gaming PCs now. Most could be easily converted into gaming PCs and hardware. And yeah, actually, that's what we were just talking about. There was a new version of Linux. Basically, the new version of Linux that comes out. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. You have to find out on your own. But you can turn your PS4 into a Linux PC now. Not that I would want to, because Linux is not that great, but you can do that. One-handed medic. Until they're on. Yeah, that's very true. They're not very upgradable at the point. But don't forget, there's also the Mad Box coming out too. That's being created by the makers of Project Cars or Car Club. I forget, but they're a gaming company, and they're supposed to be making a game called a console called the Mad Box too, that looks almost exactly like a PC, but they're calling it a console. So it's gonna be interesting to see, which I'm glad because you know it, it should light a fire under PlayStation. It should light a fire under Xbox and Nintendo. Not really that Nintendo needs to, a fire lit under their butt because Nintendo's already doing well in my opinion. They're all doing well in their own right. You know what I mean? Uh, you know, uh, in their own way. I mean, Xbox is winning in the accessibility department. In my opinion, as far as um, technology, they're willing to work with people with accessibility needs, and and um, what is it like? Accepting people with accessibilities. Like the fact that I still like the fact that when I go on my Xbox, I see my wheelchair. Y'all don't see my wheelchair in real life, but if I was to show y'all my wheelchair and then compare it to my Xbox wheelchair, it's almost exactly the same, except my wheels are slanted on the Xbox. These are not slanted, but my wheelchair is exactly that blue and exactly looks like that. Um, Xbox Store, Far Cry 5, $15. Ghost Recon, Wildlands, Assassin's Creed, um, all these great games on sale, but unfortunately I don't play. But they're Far Cry 5 is a good game. Speaking of Far Cry, I know just DB, you are a big Far Cry fan. Did you get the new one? Did you get the new one? Did you get Far Cry 6? Go ahead. What are you gonna say, OG?
I've actually played Far Cry 5. Me and my girlfriend played it.
And
We really weren't into it,
uh-huh.
to be perfectly honest.
Uh-huh.
We actually ended up selling it
Interesting.
to someone. But yeah, I mean, it is a game that we have played before. So I mean, we do dabble and new console games from time to time. It's just that my main focus is mobile. But just know that I am trying other games, even if I don't ever talk about
He's trying to branch out, y'all. Well, console game reviews coming soon to his YouTube. Um,
it.
um, what? Why did what did you didn't like about it? Was it the storyline or the gameplay? What turned you off? If you don't mind me asking.
It was the story. It
It
was
was
a
the
bit
story.
weird for me. Yeah.
About the whole cult
Um,
and stuff.
Yeah, it was just a turn off. I mean, I get where they're going, and the storytelling in general is good storytelling, but it's just not the kind of story that I'm into. That's all. The gameplay was actually okay. Like I understood the controls. It wasn't like super difficult to understand
Mm-hmm.
how to do things. So the
Right.
controls are. But with those kind of games, there are just certain type of stories that I like and some that I don't. So it's not a terrible game. I'm just not into the story.
See, yeah, like there's got to be two things for me if I'm gonna play like a one-player game like that. Like I gotta have good controls, which means that it's easy for me to use. Or and I gotta have good story, and like that's the one thing I couldn't get into Monster Hunter. Is the controls, the storylines or the story. I mean, I don't know. Storyline is okay, but the controls are just a little wonky. You said saving my pennies for Rage 2 and the Division 2. Yeah, I don't know. I might get Division 2. I don't know about Rage 2 though. I Rage cool. Rage 2, don't get me wrong. Rage 2 looks awesome. It's just not my kind of game. I love to watch somebody play it. I'll watch somebody play it though. Um, Division 2, I don't know, man. It depends. It depends because again, that's another looter shooter. It all depends. It depends the situation, but that's cool, man. That's cool. You getting it on you getting it on the Xbox or the PlayStation, DB? Um, Speaking of updates and everything, I'm not gonna go too far into this because it's like a lot of patch notes. So if you are an Overwatch fan, you can go and look it up yourself because it's like a lot to talk. I'm just gonna make it simple. I'm gonna simplify it, okay? So Overwatch is already the new character has already come out onto the PTR. His name is Baptiste. It's called Baptiste, not Baptiste, but Baptiste, and he's another healer. He actually has, I guess the his alt is an anti-death kind of deal. Basically, he puts out this force field, and um, basically what happens is this is how you ultimately want to do it, right? You put out the thinking Xbox Rage 2 as of now, not announced in multiplayer, and Division 2 isn't really independent, so I want my games to look good. I hear you. I hear you, man. I have an Xbox One, like regular, so I mean, they practically look the same to me on both systems. I don't have a One X yet, and I might as well just wait to see when the Xbox Two is gonna be dropped. Um, to see before I even like make any new console purchases. And I gotta wait to see when the PS5 is gonna be dropped because I would hate to like upgrade my console or either console or even get a Switch at this point, and then all of a sudden they'd be like, PlayStation 5 or Xbox 2, da 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 da, and then I don't have one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to wait before I get a Switch. But back to what I was saying, the alt basically is like a force field, and basically what happens is if Diva, like say for instance, if Diva comes in and does her nuclear blast thing, and she's like getting ready to kill y'all, if that guy drops his alt, basically it you will get damaged, but you won't get killed. Basically, it'll drop your damage down to 1, but you won't die. It's basically anti-death. So it's pretty crazy. He also's got this other thing where he can double jump, and then he's got um, this other ability where he can heal. You basically when he hits you with this ability, you'll heal over time. So basically, not his alt, it's his E skill. What does that mean? I call it his alt. Wait, so what's his alt? Are you sure? Um, um, basically, what Overwatch has decided to do, and it's a lot. So I'm just gonna tell you this to say it like this: they've buffed everybody. Everybody's getting a buff in some which way or form. The game's getting a buff. Everybody's getting a buff. Even Soldier's getting a buff, and Soldier hasn't been touched in so long. Like you know, and so it's pretty crazy. So if you're into
They're trying to change the meta,
basically, yeah, they've pretty much Overwatch is going to be a whole new game, pretty soon. Right now, it's in PTR. It's not live yet. So those that are PC Overwatch players, if you are into PC Overwatch, go ahead and try the new character in PTR. Uh, result is a wall that can place and any other team to the wall will be boosted a little. All damage and healing. Oh, okay. I thought that was his E. I thought that was his right. I didn't know he had the other ability. I missed that on the video then. Way to go, Abomination. There you go. And there's his other thing. So I don't know. I find it crazy that they're basically like changing the whole game, but I guess it's to get people back into it because a lot of people have stopped playing. But again, it's still in my mind is not gonna help Overwatch because there's at least for not for console anyway. Overwatch is a great game. Don't get me wrong. I love that game. I love playing Overwatch. I love that game. I love how it makes people with disabilities awesome. But the main problem with Overwatch is that they don't have. I shouldn't get penalized for somebody leaving the game and making me with the fact that the game is a team based game, and if two people leave the game and I'm playing a ranked game, and so it's just me and another guy uh playing against six other people, and of course we're gonna lose, and because we lose, I lose SR, I lose rank for that. I shouldn't get penalized, or I shouldn't get penalized if I decide to leave because everybody else left. I shouldn't get penalized. I shouldn't get put on a probation for that. Now, if you are the first to leave, yes, I do agree. Uh, and, I just feel like there needs to be some kind of
a good balance.
a good balance because it's not fair to me. It's the reason why I can never get to silver. It's not because I'm a bad player. I'm not trying to toot my home, but I'm a pretty decent console diva main. You know what I'm saying? I can wreck with diva, and the fact that huh? Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Be right back.
Okay. The fact that I can, do well, but then my other teammates decide to leave because of something, because of connection or whatever. Well, I always get held back because of that person leaving, and I always lose SR. I get knocked back down to bronze, so I never make it. And I feel like, you know, I feel like that's unfair to me, and that's what stopped me from because I used to do the whole able gamers, you know, grinding the silver, but I've realized that until they fix that problem, I can never make it to silver, and I can't prevent myself from being put in that situation because if I try to prevent myself from being put in that situation, I get penalized. So, or I get double penalized. I get put on probation. So it's I feel like what's the point of playing ranked? And at that very point in time, it's if there's no point of playing ranked because Overwatch is so crazy at that point in time, at that time, Overwatch competitiveness is way better than console or than casual. So if I can't play competitively, the competitive part, then what's the point of playing Overwatch at all? So I don't know, man. I love Overwatch. I think This is gonna be a crazy update. I think it's gonna be cool. I think the new character is gonna be awesome, but they still have not made it to where I can't get out of bronze because of the way that the system works, and it sucks because I shouldn't have to always have to play with the same 6 people to do well in Overwatch. I don't mind playing with randoms, but the point is like I'm getting penalized for randoms, like being crazy randoms. So I mean, it kind of stinks in a situation. But I will be playing. I will be playing the update. I'll probably test the update when it comes out on Able Gamers, just because like that's been always my home for Overwatch is Able Gamers. Um, so when that does come out, we will be doing that. Um, we will be doing that. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I know I messed up. I know I messed up one of my friend's games because I had to go and answer the door. The game just started, and when somebody rang the bell, the the bell, and the 1 minute it took me to go and answer the door, the game kicked me out for inactivity. Yeah, you see, and like, and then your friend, then like, of course you did it on accident, but there's like people that do this on purpose. You know, it's yeah, exactly. Like I was like one of the top. I was like one of the like I wasn't like in the top 500, but like I was when the game first came out and rank first came out, I was like one of the top silver players. You know, on Xbox. On Xbox, because I didn't have a PlayStation back then. And like now, because of the way the SR is, you know, it compares it to your life. I can't get out. Like I'm stuck. I'm like stuck in this nightmare. That doesn't mean like I hate the game. I just wish they would do something to repair the game because I love Overwatch. Overwatch is like my top 3 games. It's like my top 3 games that I like absolutely love, um, of all time. You know, so I don't know, man. I just wish they would, instead of like, you know, fixing all the, you know, making it, trying to make Overwatch look cool. I just wish they would kind of maybe fix the SR in some way, or I don't know how to fix it. I don't, and see that's the thing. Like that's why I try not to complain about it because I don't have, I don't have a, I don't have
You
an
don't have
answer.
a solution to
I
the
don't.
problem,
Yeah, I
basically.
don't. I don't. That's why I don't rant about it on Twitter. That's why I don't, you know, make YouTube videos about it, complaining because, well, what solution do I have? I don't have none because I don't. I don't understand. I don't understand. First of all, how the game's made, like the coding. I don't understand how the SR is done. I just know that it right now it sucks. It sucks when you're just trying to play and you're being punished for other people's you know, either doing it on purpose or mistakes. So you know, it's crazy. And welcome back, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I think that when you were talking earlier about the whole being punished for leaving after everybody else does, I think that one solution would be to just penalize the first one that leaves.
Right.
And then if you penalize the first one, that basically, determines the rest of the game for the most part. So anyone that leaves after the first one does shouldn't be penalized because maybe that second person left because the first one left, so it's no longer. You
Right.
know what I mean?
You started
So
the
I
domino
think that
effect. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
exactly. So I think that's the solution. It's a better solution than what you have now. I think that just punish the first one and anyone else that leaves in that same team, by the way, would not be punished. So only the first person per team gets penalized for dropping early.
Let me tell you how crazy this is. Okay. So let's say 2 people leave, right? And I leave,
Yeah.
right? I get banned. I get put on probation for 7 minutes. So that means I can't
Yeah.
play for 7 minutes. If I do that in 5 times in one season, I'm banned from the season and I can't play season. Can't play it. Can't touch it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? The
Like
how
it sucks that you get punished for somebody else ruining the game.
right, exactly. But if I stay in the game and lose, my SR drops dramatically, and I never get out of bronze. You know, um, my my best rank I've ever had in career in SR. I was I believe 1800 silver. 1800 so 743 1740. I remember because like it doesn't matter what season you're in, it always shows your best season you've ever had. And guess what season that was? That
Mm.
was like that was like the first season. I saw a game.
Oh
I
wow.
saw one game where that was season 1. I've played every season in Overwatch. Um and we're about to be on season 13, or we are on season 13. I saw one game where a whole team left except one person, and that one person was so determined to make the game difficult for the team, and the team was like, "Just stop and let us win." And he was like, "No." I mean, yeah, cause I don't want to get banned. I don't want to get banned. I don't want to get banned for the season. I'd probably stay there.
Yeah.
I've done that too. I've stayed in where I'm just by myself, not because I think I'm gonna win. I know I'm gonna lose, but I'd rather take the SR hit than get banned from the season. You know,
Right.
it just sucks. It makes the game not enjoyable to play, but I'm still love Overwatch. I just feel like instead of like changing the meta, why not work on this, dude? And it's I don't know, man. It's
And another thing they can do too is, as far as how bad your ranking goes down when you lose, if you lose because, like we were mentioning earlier, remember how I said that, only punish the first person that left. Now,
mm,
if people within your team do end up dropping, if you end up losing, you should lose less points. It shouldn't affect you as much.
yeah,
I think that could be a good workaround. It's not perfect because obviously this could be exploited, but I think that it would be a lot better than what we currently have.
yeah, yep, yep. It's the main reason why I don't try to get OG into Overwatch competitively as far as rank mode, because like why?
There's just ranking issues. Yeah,
Or
I don't know.
why? I mean, why? You know, and it's
Yeah,
like I shouldn't have to have a full squad to play rank mode every time. Like, you know how hard it is to core and spawn and get 6 people together every time you want to play. That's just crazy. That's nuts.
yeah.
That's bananas. I'm not dove into the game like that. But OG, before I go into my next topic, what else do you have for us?
So I do want to talk a little bit about Shadowverse.
Okay,
Some of
awesome.
it is a little bit outdated, just because some of the stuff I should have brought up weeks ago. I just had
Dude,
other things to talk about.
yeah.
A few weeks ago, they did do an update. They added the conclusion to the Guild War story, which I think is a really, really good story. And that's one thing that really draws me to this card game compared to others is the story. I actually like it a lot compared to most other card games. And you don't have to pay for it. And
Right.
the reason I say that is because with Hearthstone, a lot of the story content you do have to pay
Which is
for.
stupid.
I don't know
Which
if they've
is
changed that.
well,
Hmm.
I don't know. I haven't played Hearthstone
In a
probably in two
while, yeah.
years. 2 years.
Hmm. But the fact that I get to get a free story, out of this card game is pretty cool, and you get rewarded for, completing the story. Every time you beat, a certain character in the story,
Mm-hmm.
you get something out of it. So, and again, it just costs you nothing. So yeah, they finally concluded the Guild War. And of course, that doesn't mean the story's over because they're always expanding the story, and the lore of the game is actually kind of interesting. I really like it. So if you're really into a decent story, and you've been playing the game and you haven't finished the Guild Wars story, the Guild Wars story, I would definitely recommend it. I mean, you pretty much know by now if you played the Guild Wars Season 1, or the finale, Part 1, you pretty much know who the bad guy is, so to speak, and I said it in quotation marks. But the seeing how it actually ends is still pretty cool, and before they move on to the next zone, if you will. So that was really cool. I did that on day one. They added new cards to Ultra Sphere, which is the newest set. They added a gold and a legendary to each class, and the meta has kind of changed pretty dramatically because before the expansion, the biggest top tier decks were basically Runecraft for the most part, and then Dragon Replica Kaidos. Now it's more Portalcraft and Bloodcraft that are the two that are being played the most, which I find really interesting. Other decks are still being played, but the meta has drastically changed since the expansion, the adding of the extra cards in the already existing set. It's really interesting how just a couple of cards in each set changes the entire meta. I love it. So that's pretty cool, pretty interesting. So if you're sick and tired of people playing Runecraft over and over, hey, guess what? Very few people are playing it now. It's still out there, but it's not in full force like it once was. So pretty cool, pretty interesting. And that's the main tidbits that's been going on in Shadowverse lately. New meta, a couple of new cards for each set, and then of course the story, which is the most interesting part.
I'm on the
And
phone real quick. My wife just called. Give me 1 second. Go
okay,
ahead.
that's cool.
All right, go ahead.
And for those of you who have been watching my YouTube channel, you know that the main thing that I do play is Shadowverse on my channel. So I figured the least I could do is at least talk about it on the podcast, so that they're like, he plays this game all the time, but he never talks about it. So at least I wanted to give this game a little bit of time so that I can kind of go over it. Um, Oh, and by the way, I've kind of figured out how to sum up the new game Artifact. Basically, it's like the Elder Scrolls card game,
Uh
except
huh.
you have to pay for it. It's pretty much like that.
That's stupid.
Because basically, you build your deck off of the story,
Mm-hmm.
just like you do in the Elder Scrolls card game, except for you have to pay to get more content,
No.
basically. That's the main difference. And that's why I'm not going to get into Artifact because I'm not trying to pay to play a card game when I have other card games I can play for free
Yeah,
that give me just as
definitely.
much fun.
Yeah, I heard you the whole time when you're talking about that. But my wife
Okay.
called. My daughter has to get picked up from school again. She got the temperature again, which she's been fine all weekend, but they said that I guess there's like a flu A going around or something like that.
Okay.
So basically, best thing to do, pick her up. My wife's on the way to pick her up. So sorry for me being away for a little bit. I had to take that call. When my wife calls when
No,
she's
you're
at
good.
work, that means it's important because she knows I'm doing the podcast. So, but yeah, yo, I speaking of the new, I don't know how I feel about that 3 drop we were talking about in the dragon. Uh, um, the 3 drop when you evolve it, it gives you 1 point, but then if overflow is active, you get to do 1 damage to the guy or to a card, right? That's what it is, right?
Yeah, it's like one damage to everything. Yeah, nobody's playing it right now at all. I've never seen anyone in rank mode play it
Here's
yet.
the problem I have with this card. I like it, but the problem I have with it is okay. You know the 2 drop one, the one that you evolve and you get a point back or whatever. You get a
Yeah.
play point. It's easier to combo that with Dragon Oracle than it is with that card.
Oh,
And
okay. You're not talking about the legendary. You're talking about the gold card that gives
yeah,
you
the
a
gold
play
card.
point. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about the
No,
legendary.
no, no,
Okay.
no, no, no. I played the legendary. The legendary is pretty good actually. I don't know why people don't play it.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
have
I've seen no one play it at all.
I actually have 3 in my deck. But I don't know how I feel about the 3 drop. I don't know because
Mhm.
because say turn 4, right? I'm able to evolve, right? Right?
Most of the time.
Most of the time turn 4 I'm able to evolve. Well, say I got a Dragon Oracle and I have a um a um a Dragon Oracle and I have the 3 drop. Well, This makes me have to choose one or the other. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I have to choose one or the other. But with the other one, with the lady, I could do both, and I
Mhm.
could double ramp. And with
Yeah.
the octave or whatever that came, whatever that card is called, um, um, the main one I play, I can't think of his name. The 9 drop. For me to get the 9 drop, it makes it easier to get him out if I do
Mhm.
the double ramp instead of the single ramp. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
It depends on the turn.
yeah,
Because if because if you're going first, you're not going to be able to evolve until turn 5,
right.
which means it wouldn't even matter either way.
Mhm.
But if you're going second, that's where it makes a difference because you can evolve on turn 4, so
Mhm.
you can still play Isla and play Dragon Oracle in the same turn if you want to get the double wrap. And there's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think that's good. Me personally, I mean, I don't usually get that combination on turn 4 anyway. So that's
Mhm.
why to me it doesn't really matter because I almost never have it.
Yeah.
No matter how many games I play, it almost never happens. So for me, I'm just better off with the 3 drop. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I never had the luxury of being able to have that choice. So
I mean that makes
that's
sense.
what it is. And again, late game it does something. You know what
Right.
I mean? Whereas Isla doesn't really do anything in the late game. It's just a 2 drop that is a
Yeah.
2/2,
No.
but
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
cares later on. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Definitely. I don't know. I'm conflicted. I haven't put her back in the 2 drop in yet, but I've been finding myself like in a rut because I'm stuck early game. You know, to not double ramp. But we'll see what
Yeah.
happens. We'll see what happens today after the stream. Um, when I play against you because that'll be the true test. Um,
There you go.
um, the thing I want to talk about today is going to be my last topic that I'm going to talk about. I don't know if you have something else, but Apex Legends has got a serious case on their hands, got a serious problem on their hands. They have officially said they've confirmed that there's a hitbox issue um, with their characters. Certain characters have bigger hitboxes. Certain characters have smaller hitboxes. They haven't announced which ones they are because they don't want people exploiting. But I mean, there's only what 8 characters. You can figure it out on your own. Which ones have the bigger ones and which ones do not have the bigger ones. This is why yesterday when we were having the situation, and I'm going to pull up the article and put it in the stream. Um, this is why when you hit people in certain places, they're not going or they're not hitting or you're getting different shots at what you need to be. This is something that needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed now for a game to survive because no character should have a hitbox advantage. No game should have a hitbox advantage to where if you're a bigger character, they're a bigger hitbox. That's kind of um, not not how a game should be played, in my opinion. They said that they don't want it to be like that, and they're going to try to fix the issue. So those that have been complaining about, the game has sucked since the update. No, the game hasn't sucked since the update. It's been like this since day one. Just a lot of more people have understood it, and so some people are harder to hit. Sometimes when you shoot somebody in the face, it hits them in the arm, whatever the case may be. Um, you know, and a lot of it too is skill gap too. But I feel like this needs to be addressed um, sooner than later. Hopefully they address it um, like like today or tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Which I know it's not going to be that way, but um, look. So here I'm about to. I got the article right here, and I'm going to share it into the chat. Just once. Oh wait, that is not it. That's the. It's the wrong article.
Wrong one.
Wrong one.
And
Um,
actually, what I'm going to go ahead and do too is the article that has like the top 10 of the games that made the most money in January 2019. For those who missed it, I'm also going to put it on the Discord as well. I'm just going to have to
awesome.
find it again because I always usually delete the links once I talk about it, but I know where all the sources I get my stuff come from, so I can just look it up again.
Yeah. I'm putting this one in the chat so the people in the chat can go along and they can see it.
Sure.
So they can see it because I want people to see that I'm not pulling this out of my booty. This is not something that is just coming out of nowhere. This is actually something that is true and on point. And Apex Legends creators have said that they need to fix it. So here it is, and here it is, and bam, hitbox issues. There you go. So take a look at that, read it. You know, again, I was kind of really upset. I almost didn't play Apex yesterday because of it. Because I mean, in reality, like that means the game's kind of not where it should be. Not because I'm mad. I love the game. I think the game is good, but I mean, I shouldn't have to be a certain character
Hmm.
to not get hit. You know what I'm saying? That's an exploit, and you know how quick they choose to fix this exploit is going to be how, in my opinion, how well the game does. Me personally, I would have probably done fixed it already by now, like to the point to where, like, in my opinion, again, this is just my opinion. This is something that I wouldn't, okay, because everybody's said that Apex is it can be the next Fortnite on their hands. This is something I wouldn't have wanted to get out. This is something, me personally, um, I would have wanted to nip this in the butt. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like this is this is not good. This is not good for the game. This is something that they need to fix. I'm still gonna play Apex because Blackout is still slow. As far as looting, although there's something that I'm going to bring up actually after I talk about this. It's a side quest, real quick. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy to know, and I mean, it's pretty obvious who has the smaller hitboxes. I mean, I'm not gonna say who it is, but I figured it out. Just because I don't want to promote that kind of play. I don't want to promote exploiting, but I mean, it's not rocket science. It's not rocket science on who has a smaller hitbox and who has the bigger hitbox. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
I mean, just figure out 2 plus 2. Who's the smaller one? Who's the smallest character? Who's the biggest character? It's not hard. You know what I'm saying? So, um, you know, it's something they need to fix. Now, as far as update goes, we talked about the the Blackout update. There was something that slipped underneath my radar, thanks to Vandahar. I saw it last night. You can now, if you wanna, how you press up on the D-pad um, to quickly um quickly put on your bandages or quickly equip your bandages or like your grenades or your trip mines. You press up on the D-pad and you gotta like press up or down or go to select the box. Now they have this new thing called cycle, where if you press L1, it will L1 or left bumper, it will cycle through your health for you. So all you have to do is press up on the D-pad and press left bumper. It'll cycle through that. You pick the which one you want, and then you hold square to heal. Same thing with your nades, but instead of L1 or LB, you press right bumper or right R1. Now, granted, again, um, back same thing with the Overwatch issue. Same thing. I'm gonna go with Blackout. There's still some major issues you need to fix as far as you know being able to hear people tell the difference when people are below you or above you, um, and certain issues like that. But other than that, like, I don't know, man. I think all in all, uh, Apex and Blackout are both good games. I just feel like um, you know Blackout is like a couple of updates from being like really good from taking over, and Apex has just got to get over this hump. Once Apex gets over the hitbox hump, I think they'll be really good and they'll be up there with Fortnite. But I don't think a lot of people have realized the hitbox issue with Apex. So I think a lot of people are still, enjoying Apex, which I still enjoy too. But I just feel like that, you know, the hitbox thing should be an issue or should be addressed as soon as
When I hear
possible.
this,
Huh?
when I hear this, I'm reminded of the GoldenEye days when people would get mad if you picked Odd Job because
Yes.
he was the shortest character. That's
Yes.
exactly what this is.
Yes, yes, this is exactly what it is. Now, do you think? Okay, now of course they couldn't fix Odd Job back in the day, but
No.
if Odd Job if Odd Job could have been fixed, do you think he should have been fixed
Um,
as far as hitbox?
I'm gonna say no, and here's why.
Okay.
And this is more because of the game and what it is. So in GoldenEye, they let you pick characters based off of the actual movies. So you got to pick people like Jaws, Odd Job, stuff like that, who had a specific type of body type. So because they are basing these off of characters from the movies, they really didn't need to adjust it because then it wouldn't look right.
Mm-hmm.
So in an aesthetic type of way, it was fine the way it is. Now in this game, they're not basing it off of any other movie that I'm aware of,
No.
to where the size would matter too much. I guess is the best way to put it.
Right.
So in this type of thing, it should be fixed a little bit. Yes.
But in their defense, and I'm not defending this, but I'm just because we were having a conversation and we're debating about this. The characters are different sizes. Like there's a big guy, there's like two really big guys, and then like the rest are like really skinny people. Not
Okay.
you see what I'm saying? So then there's like
So I mean, if the characters were built like that in the storyline to be that way on purpose, then it's not really an issue. You just need to get used to it because
yeah,
that's exactly what we had to do back in the GoldenEye
that's
days.
very true.
You
I
either did
agree.
one or two things. You either just said get used to it, or you can just make a house rule where nobody can pick it. Now,
Yeah,
the reason that you can't really do the house rule nowadays because you're playing online,
yeah.
so
I
that
was like,
doesn't really
yeah,
work.
yeah. That doesn't really
Yeah, that
apply.
won't work anymore.
Yeah,
So at this point, it's just a scenario where
you just get
the
used to
company
it.
that needs to decide to either make you get used to it, or if they think it's not fair, then they can make their adjustments. So personally, I say get used to it. Then if that's how the character's supposed to look, and they're going to put it in the multiplayer, you either take it out of the multiplayer all completely, or you just have to get used to it.
So okay, so say you're the CEO of this company of the game. Like if you were telling them to get used to it, how would you address it? Because remember, EA told people to deal with it when it came to microtransactions and with the when it came to the Dark Vader thing where you could either grind Dark
Hmm.
Vader or buy him. Remember?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the EA said deal with it, and people got upset.
yeah. And which this is why you need to hire someone that's good at PR,
Yeah.
because you need to have them say it as opposed to just making a blanket statement. Say, hey, PR guy, we really want to keep this the way it is, but we're not trying to be rude. Try
Right.
to post this in a way that doesn't make us look like jerks. So basically, I would just go to my PR guy and say, hey, we're going to keep it this way, but I need you to start to fix
I think I need a PR guy. I think I need one of those. No, I'm just kidding. Uh
this.
that'd be kind of cool though. I need an assistant. Actually, one day when my wife retires, she's gonna be my assistant. Um,
Nice.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I see both points. I never really thought. I forgot about Odd Job.
Yeah.
You know
Like I
what?
said, we just got used to it. That's
Yeah,
all it
I was gonna
was.
say because
Like
I
you can
think.
complain all you want, it didn't matter.
Yeah. The same thing with the
But
guns
I'm
being
also we're
broken.
also in a different generation. We just took what we could get and we accepted it.
Yeah, like
Nowadays, people don't do that. Nowadays, it's like the audience can basically dictate how the game moves going forward.
yeah,
So
like yeah.
we're in a different era, and this is definitely not my generation of that kind of era. Because, like I said, if it's up to me, I just tell you to get used to it. But
Yeah,
that's just
yeah,
me.
yeah. I mean, yeah. And here's the thing: not everybody can be that character. Only one person on the team can be that character.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually more fair then. If only one person in each team could be that character, then yeah, that's really not even an issue in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, like, only one person on that team could be that. So it's like there's like okay. So to give you a little understanding about Apex, Apex is like 60 people.
Hmm.
Okay, but it's like 3 people per team. Only
Right.
one person per team can be that character. That's
Yeah.
the small
Okay.
hitbox. So I mean,
Hmm.
do the math. You're not having to deal
Yeah,
with
I
them.
got you.
You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I get that, but I get the other point too. Because we're in an age now, unfortunately, where all the hitboxes are the same. All hitboxes have to be the same. Unfortunately, even if the characters are different sizes, which it's kind of weird, but you know,
Because I mean, you're gonna get complaints either way. It's either gonna be okay. Now I got to deal with uneven, unfair hitboxes, or they're gonna complain that why is my favorite character not on here? And of course, I have to say, well,
well,
because if I put him on here, you complain about his hitbox.
well,
You
what
see what
they'll
I mean? You
what
lose either way.
what they'll do instead of like removing the character, they'll just adjust his hitbox.
Yeah.
So they'll make him where like his hitbox, like they'll pretty much make it where he's got a bigger like he's got a hitbox like a big person, but he's a skinny person. Which
Yeah, which is still weird to
yeah,
me. I
I
don't know.
mean that's
That's a really messed up concept, in
they've
my
done that
opinion.
in Overwatch.
Yeah.
Genji's what up though Diesel? Genji's sword blade, right? Like
Mm.
when he does his little sword thing, I think I can't remember exactly. So don't paraphrase me, don't criticize me when I say this. But his like sword blade thing, like he's a small character. Like Genji's like probably like one of the squishiest players in Overwatch. What I mean by
Mm.
squishy is he's really small, but when he does a sword blade, his hitbox is like as big as Ryan Hart's like a Ryan Hart shield kind of. Like it's a big hitbox.
Okay.
So and because people were complaining that Genji's hitbox was too small. So
Mm.
I mean, it's been done. It's I don't know. Now that you put it like that, though, this is why we do this. We have these discussions on there because, to me, these are very interesting discussions. Um, that makes really good sense. Because
Yeah.
I mean, what could you really do with all? What? Like honestly, how could you make odd jobs like
Like you
hitbox?
have to basically turn on DK mode for Odd Job and Odd Job alone, which
Yo,
would just be weird still.
DK mode was the ish though, and paintball mode was awesome.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah,
Definitely,
but I mean that would be the fixer. But again, that's still just I don't know.
stupid.
Like I said, I say get used to it.
Yeah,
That's my answer.
yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree.
So
Definitely, definitely. Well, that's all I got to talk about. I don't know where you're at right now, but that's all I.
I'm actually good for the week. Like I can just bring up stuff next week. I think this is a good point, a good stopping point.
Good. All right. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and let you take us out, buddy.
So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for listening and tuning into the OG podcast. We broadcast every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We talk about all sorts of gaming topics. And by the way, once again, Reggie, congratulations on your retirement. You 100% deserve it. I hope that the rest of your life is full of just peacefulness and enjoyment. So enjoy your retirement, sir.
One
But
day,
other than
OG
that,
will take his position. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Sorry.
we're working on that. Application already submitted, but but we'll be back next Wednesday to talk about more discussions about gaming, and of course don't forget to visit Andy tomorrow on the Able Gamers channel. So he'll still be there doing his Thursday routine, and then of
Definitely.
course the rest of the week for his channel on his own, and then of course check out my YouTube, Original Mobile Gamer. I do plan on doing a demo, so for those of you who are here now, you'll be the first to know that I will be demoing Final Fantasy Dissidia Opera Omnia, which is a
That's it.
mouthful.
Yes. Gotta love
But
the
it is
mouthfuls.
But it is definitely a good game, and I will be demoing it sometime this Sunday. So just be on the lookout for a new demo video. That'll be my one for March, and then of course all my Reddit. So I found something new. But until then, you guys take care and keep gaming.
Keep gaming.